Sophia, Kellen, what is up, Abs, Leela, Josh, Tracy, Brother, Unsa, BMX, Alyssa, Kat, Sylvie. Y'all, everyone coming in, say what is good. What is up, Heidi, Sav, Morgan, Christy. All right, guys, so we just started the live for the day. If you're just tuning in here, I hope that you've had a good start to your day. We are live a bit early today, which I am excited about. This will give me a lot of time this evening to spend time with my girlfriend, so that's super exciting. But y'all, make sure that we are double tapping on that phone screen. We need to try to get this live to blow up in the For You page. So let's try to get up to 15K likes. Also, y'all, spam those shares, ladies and gentlemen. Let's try to get up to 100 shares and spam that chat. Let's get some FYPs flowing. So, y'all, if you are just tuning in and you do think that being a lesbian is wrong, hop in those guest requests. We are only looking to talk to opposition, to, have some debates here today. It typically takes us a minute or two to get our first guest request up in there. So, you know what, guys? Let's just sit back and give it some time. It looks like we already have a couple guest requests, so we could start trying that hopefully they're over the age of 18 and they are opposition. What's up? How old are you?
Hold on.
Okay, obviously I think that is going to be a fetus, so we're going to move on to our next guest, Diego here. Also, Dan, I did send you my email. What is up, Diego? How old are you?
I'm 23, actually.
Perfect, man. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
Yes, I do.
Okay, awesome. Why so, Diego?
So it is stated in the Bible.
Okay, so you're a Christian. So you don't even need to read off the verse. Just tell me, what is the verse? So which verse in the Bible, name a single one that tells us that being a lesbian is wrong?
Okay, so I don't know the verse from the top of my head.
Okay, man. So that's your biggest issue right there, right? So,
Yeah.
So I mean, you could have said Leviticus 18:22, 20:13, or Genesis 1:19, Romans 1:26 through 32, 1 Corinthians 6:9, or 1 Timothy, but you don't know your scripture. And my big issue with this is you are merely using your religion as a weapon of hate without good reason to justify your persecution of the LGBTQ plus community.
Don't I'll say something. I don't hate. Here's the thing, I don't hate around on people. I'm not saying oh, you're going to hell for this or for that. I'm you do you. But what the verse says is that in general, sexual immorality is wrong, meaning having sex out of marriage, men laying around with men and
okay, be careful of that language. That'll probably get the life flagged. I hear you. My simple question to you would be, how do you know that the Christian Bible is accurate in describing to us what is morally right and wrong?
Well, I would mostly go because of my faith.
Okay, so you simply have faith that it is accurate in this description. Do you think that faith is a reliable standard of determining what is true and false about reality?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so if I have faith that you're incorrect, this means that you're incorrect?
No.
If I have faith that the Bible isn't accurate in dictating what's morally right and wrong, that means that the Bible is not accurate in dictating what is right and wrong?
Wait, can you repeat that? Sorry, I got confused.
Kylie, thank you for the $5 on PayPal. I appreciate you so much for the love. Let's get a W, Kylie, in that chat. Thank you. So yeah, you made the claim that the only evidence that you have for your religion being accurate is faith. Then I followed that up with a question. Well, is faith a reliable standard for determining what's true and false about the world? And you said yes. So if that was to be the case, well, my faith that you are wrong would be reliable and or sufficient reason to determine that you are wrong. Okay? Right?
Shoot. You got me there.
Steve, I appreciate you for that on a mustache. I just want to say this. So faith is nothing more than belief without evidence. And we should not believe in anything without evidence. And that is a big issue here, right? I don't think that it's fair to anyone, especially the LGBTQ plus community, to experience social persecution at all levels, right? Rather this be in institutions, schools, hospitals, churches, etc., all because of an attribute about themselves that they can't control, they can't change, because of others' beliefs that they can't back with evidence that they call faith.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I'm just going through my Bible real quick so I can find the scripture that I was talking to you about.
Well, the scripture is actually irrelevant now because you don't have any accurate method of determining that the scripture can tell us what is morally right and wrong, okay? Because
Yeah.
if we're going to believe anything, we got to do so with sufficient reason. But when you tell me that your only reason is faith, you're essentially telling me that you lack any reason, okay?
Okay.
Right? So you have no reason for your claim that being a lesbian is wrong. And unless you could give me sufficient reason, from, some objective evidentiary standard to either prove that the Christian God exists or to show that the Bible's accurate in telling us what is morally right and wrong, I see no reason to accept your claims.
Well, if you think about it, I mean, I don't believe that, the Bible was changed many times. I do believe that what is in the Bible is truth. That's like where I stand on, and that's what I believe in. That everything that it is in the Bible is pretty much what is right and what is wrong.
Okay, so in Leviticus 25:44 through 46, when it says that slavery is right, do you agree with that?
No, I do not.
Okay, so when you just said that you believe that the Bible is accurate in its entirety in describing what is morally right and wrong, you were lying?
No, I'm not. I'm not saying crap. I'm sorry. Okay, so I believe, right, as I said, like everything that is in the Bible is truth. It's fact. That I agree that slavery was okay. No, it's not. I don't believe in that. I don't believe that slavery in general is okay. You're going, I think, off the Old Testament.
Here, how about this, Diego? I don't think that you've given us any sufficient reason to believe that the Bible is accurate in dictating morality. You said that the only reason you had was faith, and I feel like I, gave you good reason to believe that faith is not sufficient reason for any belief.
Yeah.
So I at this point, I am going to go to move on to the next guest, but I do appreciate you for coming up here, Diego.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Have a good one. We're going to go to move on to our next guest here. Leela, I appreciate you so much for this subscription. For everyone coming up in here, y'all, make sure that we're double tapping and let's get some FYP spams in that chat, y'all. What's up? How old are you?
I'm 18.
Awesome. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
So I wouldn't say it's like necessarily wrong, but if someone say a person part of the LGBTQ plus community walks up to me and shoves it into my face, then I would say it's wrong in that way. Depending how you approach it and depending.
Okay,
how
I don't even know what that means. What are they shoving in your face exactly?
Okay, so
Are they gonna pull up some lesbian corn? Like, bro, like,
No,
what?
it's like they,
I don't even understand what that means because being a member of the LGBT plus community doesn't mean that you align with certain ideologies. That's just describing who you're sexually aroused or attracted by. Just this whole conservative narrative that there's some pushing of beliefs from the LGBTQ plus community is nonsense because it's not a belief. It's just a description of their attractions.
Right, it is. But by meaning shoved into my face, I'm meaning by how people do it. A lot of people do it for attention.
A lot of people do what for attention?
Not be gay for attention because.
Okay, don't say that word. Say lesbian. Say lesbian. That word will get the live flagged. So you're saying that people are lesbian for attention?
Not a lot of people know. Just because they're attraction. But then again, people have you seen the protests going on? People would just shoving people's faces.
I'm gonna go ahead and talk about that attention point. So from whom? Attention from whom? People like you that hold prejudice against them and make sure to make that notably clear. Attention from members of Congress, which is 82% Christian, and in some states has tried to perpetuate anti-LGBTQ plus laws. In other countries around the world, attention from a government that will unalive them because of their attractions. No, none of this checks out. Guys, if being lesbian was a choice, why would we see as many people apparently choose it as they do, knowing it would lead to the social persecution in which it does? Then additionally, I think we'd see more women choosing to be lesbian, considering the fact that some women are dead set fucking scared of men for good reason, and they would choose to be attracted and in romantic relationships with other women if they could, because they trust women more. I mean, where do you think the whole man versus bear debate came from?
Yeah, that man versus bear debate is kind of it's wild. And also, I'm Christian myself, so I would say like I'm not against lesbians at all, or just the whole community by itself. But like I said, if you're going against me, then I'm gonna try my best to prove my point.
Well, I think if you think the LGBTQ plus community is going against you, you have some internal conflicts to work out. Because as far as I'm concerned, the only thing I see the LGBTQ plus community preaching for is a total and unequivocal societal acceptance of all people, regardless of their sexual orientation. And we also might see some intersectionality introduced by also combating other systemic issues such as racism or sexism. So if any of those things stand against what you believe in, I think there's some issues internally that you got to work out there.
Yeah, I agree with you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I appreciate you for coming up, man. We're going to go to move on to our next guest at this point, y'all. Make sure we are double tapping away on that phone screen, y'all. Let's try to get up to 75,000 likes here today. Also, share out this live with a couple friends here. We're going to go to get our next guest up in here. What's up, DIG? Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong? Tiff, thank you for the gym gun. All right, DIJ automatically left, y'all. Make sure if we are in those guest requests that we do... come back. What's up? How old are you?
Sorry, I was connected to Bluetooth.
No worries. What's your age?
I am 21 years old.
Perfect. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong, sir?
According to my Christian beliefs, yes.
Okay, so you're the third Christian we have talked to in a row. So, DIG, I'm just going to go ahead and ask you for a verse in the Bible that tells us being a lesbian is wrong.
Okay, yeah. You're right. I don't have a verse on top of my head. I do. I think it's in Genesis. It says to be like a man supposed to be with a woman, right?
No, it actually does not say that. I'm going to go ahead and just give you the verses. I want you to go read them, then come back. Read Leviticus 18:22, Leviticus 20:13, Genesis 1:19, Romans 1:26 through 32, 1 Corinthians 6-9, and all of 1 Timothy. You got to know your scripture. You got to know your verses before you come into a conversation like such as this with me. All right, go do your homework, read up on your Bible, and then re-request, and I'll dismantle each and every single one of them. Talk to you soon, DIG. Let's go into what our next guest, Igor, has to say, y'all. Remember, if we are in those guest requests, that we do think that being a lesbian is wrong. I just can't really stand Christians that don't have any reason for what they believe in. You got to at least know your scripture before you come up in here. We're going to move on to our next guest, Araya, here, y'all. What's up, Araya? How old are you?
I'm 12.
Okay, bye, Araya. Got to be at least 18 to be in this guest request. 12 is crazy. Let's go to see what our next guest, Skyla, has to say. I got a fly in my room right now. That's really annoying. 12 is crazy. What's up, Skyla? How old are you?
Hi there. I'm 21.
Nice. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
No.
Okay, goodbye, Skyla. Just to reiterate to the 12 people in my guest requests, I'm looking for debates with people that think being a lesbian is wrong, so please just stay out of them if you don't hold that belief. What's up? How old are you?
Oh, I'm 18. I was born August 16th, 2005.
Nice. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
No, but my aunt...
Like, guys, I don't know, like, how do I need to repeat myself continually? Like, I'm going to start banning people like that. I love y'all, but please, mind my boundaries. What's up? How old are you?
23.
Nice. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
It's not. I don't hear about that, bro. I just wanted to ask you.
Guys, I don't know how to make my boundaries any more abundantly clear. Like, I actually do take this as disrespectful. What's up? How old are you?
I am 19.
Nice. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
No.
Okay, and see, I'm actually gonna go ahead and ban you.
Okay. Kill yourself.
That was quite rude. All right, moving on to our next guest here. Let's go ahead and see what our next guest, has to say. Hey, what's up? How old are you? All right, Ya's not even here. Moving on to our next guest. Let's go ahead and see what our next guest has to say here, y'all. Everyone just give us a minute. Also, make sure that we are double tapping away on that phone screen. Let's try to get up to 75,000 likes. What's up? How old are you?
I'm 18.
Nice. What year were you born in?
2000. Give me toilet.
All right, we're going to move on to our next guest here, y'all. Let's go and get Addy up in here. I apologize for the wait time. Just be patient. We will get a debate going. All right, let's go and see what our next guest has to say here, y'all. Let's go and get love drama up in here. Guys, keep in mind if we are in the guest request, make sure that we do think that being a lesbian is wrong and that we are at least 18 years old. What's up? How old are you?
25.
All right, nice. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
Yeah.
Most
Okay, why so?
definitely. Come back.
So why do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
Man, shit. Woman on woman. Come on, man.
Okay, so my question was, why do you think that being a lesbian is wrong? And your answer was, come on, man. How many continents are there?
Hey, I mean, the Bible says it, so.
Appreciate you for coming up. All right, moving on to our next guest. Let's go and see what Catherine has to say. All right, guys, a little bit of a rough start to the stream here, but we're gonna try to get through it. All right, awesome. What's up, Catherine? How old are you?
19.
Awesome. What year were you born in?
2005.
Sweet. What month? See what I mean? Like, if you're gonna come up here, don't lie about your age. Like, I don't know, it slows down the live. People start leaving. It makes it just not entertaining and not informative in the slightest. What's up, Nav? How old are you? Okay, Nav just left. Like, we just can't do anything with this. Like, this is so annoying. This is so freaking annoying. Hey, what's up? How old are you? Okay, we're just gonna start loading up multiple people at a time, because, like, this is bad, bro. This is really bad. Hi, how old are you?
34 years old.
Nice. What year were you born in?
1990.
Okay. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
Well, first of all, I just wanted to give a little introduction. So, I love you and Parker. You guys are some smart pups. I've actually debated both of you before, sent you guys packing, so I'm ready to do it again, if you don't mind. But first, I like to jump right into what the definition of wrong.
With all due
actually
respect,
is.
like, this isn't like the UFC. Like, we don't need to do these character introductions. Like, you're not
I hear you.
you're not like fucking powering up right now. Okay?
I hear you. No problem. So let's get right into the word wrong. Let's get into the definition of that. Do you got one for me?
Morally wrong, something that shouldn't occur.
Right. Okay. So going on that, I don't know why you think being a lesbian is wrong, but
I don't think it's wrong. I'm asking you if you do. Can you not track? Hey.
You're asking me?
Yeah, do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
Well, why didn't you ask that in the beginning?
That was the first thing I asked, okay? That was the first thing I asked.
You asked me that?
I did. Do you think being a lesbian is wrong?
No, but why do you?
Oh my gosh. So I said about 30 seconds ago that I don't. Did you forget?
You're a smart pup, and you're doing the whole backtracking thing you did last time.
I'm backtracking on what exactly?
Yeah, we had our Trump debate, and I sent you packing.
I've never debated the Trump topic. I've never debated
with Parker.
I've debated the Trump topic collaborating with Parker.
Exactly, and I sent both of you guys with.
Hey, how do you feel about the fact that Trump is now convicted felon on 34 charges?
Well, what about it?
What about it? Are you going to be voting for a convicted felon?
Absolutely.
Yeah, this country.
But we're not talking about Trump.
Wait, I thought you said that you sent me packing on Trump. Why?
Well, I
wouldn't you want
absolutely
to?
did.
Then why wouldn't you want to talk about Trump? Send me packing again.
Well, what do you want to talk about? He got convicted?
I want to talk about why people think that being a lesbian is wrong. But you're up here to waste my time, so we're going to move on to Josh at this point. Y'all, please. I don't even... Yeah, he said that he's 30. Absolutely no shot. What's up, Josh? How old are you? All right, that's a fetus. Moving on. Let's get some L fetuses in that chat. We're going to move on to Willie here, y'all. If we are in those guest requests, make sure that we do think being a lesbian is wrong. We are just looking for some debates here today. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to support me, my Venmo as well as my PayPal are in that bio. All right, moving on. What is up, CO71? How old are you?
I'm 19.
I don't believe you for a damn second. Kids, stay out of my guys. We are currently, all right, we are currently getting raided by Jake and Logan Paul. They are raiding us right now. So
can you help me with my history homework?
Oh my God, fuck out.
Please.
We are getting raided by Jake and Logan Paul. All of the fetuses are coming over. I think we need a massive L fetus spam in that chat, okay? A massive L fetus
She
spam.
says she from the island.
See what I mean? Like, what are these kids? These children want to come up in here and run their little mouths. Maybelline, thank you for the $10 on Venmo. Your support is so appreciated. Let's get a W Maybelline in that comment section. Thank you. Massive W Maybelline. Moving on to Aiden, y'all. Let's go ahead and see if Aiden has anything of value to add to this conversation. Aiden, are you 14, 15, or 16?
I'm 14.
I guessed it, Aiden. All right, goodbye. See what I mean? This is a Jake and Logan Paul raid. This is a Jake and Logan Paul raid. If you're in the guest request, you gotta be at least 18, okay? Alright.
Hello.
Hi, Yasmin.
Hi.
You have a bit of an echo, so I gotta move on. I do apologize. We're gonna go and talk to Chris Cook stuff. Real quick, if you're in the guest request, gotta be at least 18 and gotta think that being a lesbian is wrong. Hello, Chris. How old are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm glad you're good, but how old are you? And I'm good, by the way.
I'm 40.
You're 40. 40 or 14?
40, 40.
40, nice. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
Well, no, because I've been a lesbian pretty much since I was...
Jenny, I appreciate you for the $15 on Venmo. Let's get a massive W, Jenny, in that comment section. Thank you so much for the love, Jenny. Massive W, Jenny. Thank you. W, Jenny.
Yo, hello.
Hi, how old are you? W, Jenny.
20.
20, nice. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong, sir?
I had a question for you. What do you think of gooning?
Okay, guys, y'all are wasting my time. This is not funny, it's not cute, it's not hilarious. I, in fact, didn't laugh, and additionally, on top of that all, no one else laughed either. Let's just get some question marks and flat faces in chat. Hi, Trump, how old are you?
Hey, good. I'm 25.
25, very nice. Do you think being a lesbian is wrong?
Yes.
Awesome, why so?
Hey, why did God create man and a woman?
Why did God create a man and a woman? I don't think God created anything because I don't think God exists, okay? What's your religion?
Christian.
Christian. Okay, so go ahead and tell me even why, according to the Christian faith, why is being a lesbian wrong, sir? Let's hear the argument. I'm ready.
Hey, I just go by why did God created a man and a woman?
Oh, yeah, sure. Sir, what was the purpose of creating?
It was for a reason.
Yeah, for a reason. What was the reason?
Yeah, reason.
Is that all did I just have to ask you what the reason?
God created a woman for a man.
Yeah, and for what reason?
For a woman.
What is the reason? What is the purpose of men and women? Why does God want men and women together? What's the purpose there?
Well, to be fruitful.
And to multiply. Got it. So is it morally wrong for me to marry a woman that's infertile?
Let's say this.
No, I asked you a question. I asked you a question. Is it morally wrong for me to marry a woman that's infertile?
No, it's not wrong.
It's not wrong? If I was to marry a woman that's infertile, would we be able to reproduce?
That is different. That is way different.
It is not different. It is not different.
It's way different from a woman and a woman.
So go ahead and tell me specifically why it's wrong for two women to be with...
From a woman and a woman.
Sir, go ahead and tell me specifically why it's wrong for two women to be together because they can't reproduce, but it's not wrong for me to be with an infertile woman even though we can't reproduce. What's the specific symmetry breaker there? Because if you can't provide one, then we're going to essentially reduce your view down to prejudice.
Hey, just go by what I just said.
So you can't provide a symmetry breaker. You can't tell me why. Once you can't provide a symmetry breaker. 1, 2. You can't tell me how this isn't logically contradictory. 3. It just seems like you are using your religion, aka Christianity, which by the way is supposed to be a symbol of peace and love, and turning it into a weapon of hate, marginalization, and persecution of the entirety of the LGBTQ plus community. Fuck out of here, sir. I appreciate you for coming up, but because you couldn't provide that symmetry breaker, it is evidently clear to me and everyone else watching the live that you are sincerely prejudiced. What is up, ZB? How old are you?
I'm 18.
18, perfect. What year were you born in?
Fuck off, mate. Fuck's sake.
You can't be mad at me because you lied about your age. Moving on to our next guest here. By the way, if there's anyone in the guest... Sorry. If there's anyone watching the live right now and you do want to support me, my Venmo as well as my PayPal are in the bio, y'all. I appreciate you guys for all the love that you show. Let's get some W's for all of our gifters so far. Jessica, thank you for the $15 earlier, and Maybelline, thank you for the 10 once again. What's going on? Kai, how old are you?
I'm 19, bro.
Perfect. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
I'm taking a shit.
Okay, nice. Interesting. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
I'm taking a shit.
Okay, he's taking a shit. Let's get a L shit in the chat. We're gonna go ahead and move on to our next guest here. I guess I didn't really process that at first. Sorry. He's taking a shit. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I'm sorry. Hey, how old are you? All right, they automatically left. Moving on to our next guest. Sorry, I'm just like dead set. I'm in the zone right now. I just completely disregard that statement. If someone says something that's irrelevant, I just discard it. Hi, how old are you?
18.
Nice. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong, sir?
No.
Okay, I appreciate you for coming up, but we are only looking to talk to people that do. Keep in mind, for everyone in the guest request, we are just looking to talk to people that do indeed think that being a lesbian is wrong, to have some debates here today. But I appreciate all the friendlies for coming up here, though. We just want to kind of keep it to people that do disagree. We're going to move on to our next guest, Lemon Clips, y'all. Let's go ahead and see what they have to say. Also, we're going to go ahead and do a quick poll in the comment section. Let's see a smiley face if you're enjoying the debate so far and a sad face if you're not, while we load up our next guest page. All right, let's see what Paige has to say. All right. What's up, Paige?
Hi. 19.
Nice. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong, Paige?
Horribly wrong, yeah.
Okay, why so? All right. Jenny, thank you so much for the $15 on Venmo. Let's get a massive W, Jenny, in that comment section. I appreciate you so much for the love. Massive W, Jenny's all day, every day, baby. Thank you so much. What's up, Fearless? How old are you?
I'm 19, but I'll be 20 in 2 weeks.
Perfect. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong, sir?
I do, just from my standpoint.
Why so?
I'm a Catholic.
Oh,
So,
you're a Catholic.
in the
You're a
Bible,
Christian.
yeah.
Okay, I have a question.
Or
Without reading off the specific
denomination.
verse, one second. Without reading off the specific verse in the Bible, because it can get the life flagged, name the verse in the Bible that tells us being a lesbian is wrong.
So, as God said, I believe it's under. I'm blanking out on it, but you can look it up. It is.
No, so here's the thing, sir. If you are going to come up in here and make a moral claim on behalf of the entirety of the LGBTQ plus community, saying some trait about their character is intrinsically wrong or invalid, even though they can't control it, they can't change it, they were born with it, and it doesn't harm anyone else, that is incredibly absurd to do, and the bare minimum that I could ask of you is to at least have justification from your scripture. So here's what we're going to do. I want you to go read Leviticus 18:22, Leviticus 20:13, Genesis 1:19, Romans 1:24 through 32, 1 Corinthians 6:9, then all of 1 Timothy. I want you to go read those scriptures, get those verses, come back, and then we can debate. But I'm going to be Educator Dean, and you got to read those verses first. I'm so sick and tired of the Christians coming up in here and just professing their ignorance in front of 3,000 people. You got to read your scripture first. That is the bare minimum you could do. Hi, Vince. How old are you?
Hello.
Hi, I think that's a fetus. We're going to go to move on. I guess I should preface once again for everyone listening that if we are in those guest requests, make sure that we are at least 18 years of age. All right, moving on here. Let's go ahead and see what our next guest has to say. What's up, Olivia? How old are you?
14.
All right, Olivia, you got to be at least 18 years old. For all of the fetuses in the guest request, I'll just politely ask you to leave. Feel free to continue watching and enjoying the content and hopefully taking something away from it. But you got to be at least 18 to be on TikTok Live. So make sure that if you are in those guest requests that you are an adult. What's up, Milky? How old are you?
I'm 21.
Nice. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
Yes, but I also... Can I say something real quick? I'm sorry.
Sure. I mean, I'm more so focused on why you think that being a lesbian is wrong.
It's about that. I want to know why we talk about this instead of people dying in Palestine.
Okay,
I don't think being a lesbian is wrong, but I want to talk... why don't we talk about that?
So, I mean, we could talk about like multiple social issues, but the predominant reason why I don't focus my conversation on Palestine is because I'm not educated enough on the topic, and I'm like sincerely afraid of some pro-IDF asshole coming up in here and mentioning history or facts of history that I'm not aware of, and then making it seem like I would have lost the conversation, which then perpetuates the notion,
That's 100%
super
fair.
smart Dean, who is really good at debating, lost a debate against someone that was pro-Israel, so this must mean that we shouldn't support Palestine. You know what I mean? And like, and I understand getting educated.
You're really smart, and I've been watching. You're really smart and educated. I really appreciate what you're doing. But
Yeah.
Palestine is really a big topic right now. So
I completely agree. I want to make that very clear. I completely agree. But the thing is, until I could reach a point where I feel confident enough in my education on the history of Palestine, the current genocide, the genocides in the past, as well as how the conflict has played out historically speaking, I will not host a live where I'm debating the subject. I feel like something I maybe could do is host a panel discussion where I have other Palestinians up here that are able to voice, their support and their advocation from a place where they're more educated on the subject, and I'd be more than willing to do that. But I absolutely agree with you that is the biggest issue in the world right now, and that should be talked about more.
Yeah, good luck, man, though, on what you're doing. I'll be here supporting you.
Awesome. Well, hey, Milky, I really appreciate you for coming up.
Yeah.
We're going to go to move on to our next guest, y'all. If we are on those guest requests, once again, make sure that we do think that being a lesbian is wrong. We're just looking for some debates. Let's go to move on to our next guest. What's up, Raven? Off the bat, do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
Absolutely not. I just wanted to come in here to announce the performative act.
Oh, wait, actually, no, Raven, come back. Raven, come back. No. You actually had some qualms with me, it sounds like. 1 second, Camden, hop back in the guest requests. No, Raven, come back. Raven, hop back in the guest requests. No, I think that she was going to accuse me of like performative activism. I want to talk to her about that. Let's go ahead and see if she hop backs in the guest requests. All right, she's back. I'll hear her out. I just automatically kick people that don't disagree, but it actually sounds like she does disagree with something here. So let's go ahead and talk to Raven. Oh wait, that's not Raven, that's Taylor. All right, let's go and get Raven back up in here. Y'all, if we're enjoying the stream, make sure that we're double tapping.
No,
all right, Raven.
I was calling Milky out, not you. Sorry.
Oh,
Very
okay.
performative.
Oh, I mean, I thought that Milky's concerns were valid.
Yeah,
I
no,
thought...
absolutely. It was just like very much I'm gonna attack you because my moral standpoint's better, and I think that you should blah blah. It's just very performative and very ugly, and don't use a genocide to further your moral standpoint. It's so ugly. That's all I had to say. And what you're doing is awesome. I love lesbians. Bye.
Hey, I appreciate you for coming up, Raven. Yeah, I think that like Milky's concerns were valid, but I can understand how you would like infer that as being performative, and I'll respect that. I thought that you were originally coming up here to say that I was performative, so I wanted to hear you out nonetheless. So we're gonna go to move on to our next guest, Steve-O. Everyone, just allow us a second here. Make sure that we are double tapping on that phone screen.
So
Hey, what's going on?
Yo.
Oh, that is
I'm
definitely
18.
Fetus. No, you are not. You're not 18. Let's get an L Fetus in that chat. Absolutely no way in hell is that man 18. All right, moving on to our next guest, Megan. Y'all, guys, if you're in the guest request, make sure you think being a lesbian is wrong. Please mind my words and my boundaries. All right, moving on here. Let's go ahead and see what Sunday Dinner Lover has to say here, chat. Also, if you want to support me, my Venmo as well as my PayPal are in my bio. Y'all, if you do donate to me, you'll get a shout out. You'll get a notification at the top.
Okay, so
you could even attach a message and I'll read it out on live. That is the best way to get a hold of me with like any info. That was another Fetus, probably another troll. So we're going to go to move on to our next guest. Alrighty, let's go and see what our next guest has to say. Hey, what's up? How old are you? All right, they automatically left as well. We're having a bit of a hard time getting our next debate in here, but be patient. That just happens on this topic for whatever reason. What's up, Fruity? How old are you?
22.
Yeah, the screenshot was crazy. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
No, I like
Okay.
pussy.
W
You like
screenshot.
pussy.
W
What's
screenshot.
the big deal? Why
No,
you like
there's
pussy?
no
Why
fucking
can't I like pussy?
damn straight. W. Hey, I appreciate you for coming up. Bingo. All right, I appreciate you for coming up. I'm not okay. W screenshot. W guess. All right, moving on here. Let's go ahead and see what our next guest, God did, has to say. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I like pussy. She likes pussy. What's the big deal? That is damn straight. Bingo. B-I-N-G-O. All right, moving on. Let's go ahead and see what our next guest has to say. What's going on? How old are you?
Niggas in my butthole. Niggas in my butthole.
All right, I apologize for that. We're going to go to move on to our next guest. It's pretty gross. Let's go and see what Nate has to say here. I don't know why we have so many trolls in the guest request right now. We are just looking for debates, though. Just be patient, y'all. For the 3.3 thousand people watching, I do appreciate you having you here. We actually do have some pretty good debates on this live. We just need to give it some time to get the next one rolling. What's going on, Parker? How old are you? All right, Parker automatically left. We're going to go to move on to our next guest, Grayson, here. Let's go ahead and see what our next guest has to say. All right, we got Grayson loading up. Also, everyone, if this follow button right here is red, hit that shit. I go live and do this every day. What's up, Grayson? How old are you?
Fuck the lesbians.
Dude, I would love to have a conversation with you, Grayson, but due to the fact that you're literally 14 and your mother still, like, I don't know, does your laundry, folds your clothes, puts them away for you, makes you dinner, and the Dino Nokis are still sitting on the dinner table, I just can't engage in a conversation with you. What's up? How old are you?
19.
19, perfect. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
No, not really.
Okay, well, W, I do appreciate you for coming up, but we are just looking for people that do. All right, we're going to go to move on to F2. We may try to start bringing up multiple people at a time so we could try to get a debate going here quicker. I know it's been a while, y'all, so I'm going to be mindful of that. What's up, F2? How old are you?
I'm 18, bro.
Nice, man. What year were you born in? Just need to double check.
2006.
Nice. So do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
Yes, I do.
Okay, why so, F2?
I just got a question for you. What it do, flight crew, FTC, flight team, stand up?
Okay, don't know what that was. Moving on here. Let's see if we could get an actual debate going here, y'all. I don't know what the hell's going on today, but that's all right, y'all. That's all right. What's up, Reed? How old are you?
I'm 18.
Nice. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
I do, but I wanted to like discuss your argument that you made about fertility.
So the specific counter argument that I made, born out
Yeah.
of like fertility or infertility, would
Yeah.
be relevant if your argument was to be that you think it's wrong because they can't reproduce. But we'll just get there, and if it's required, I could give you that argument and you could address it. But I think that we should first start off with why you think that being a lesbian is wrong. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let you take the mic. If you could just explain to me like your reasoning.
So like I have my belief, like I don't care what like anyone else does. So like I respect everyone else, love everyone else. But like I just believe it's wrong. I'm a Christian and like I believe that like man was made for woman. So like that's just where my belief
Okay, so
stands.
it has to do with the Bible. So I'll just ask you this question: can you name a verse in the Christian Bible that tells us that being a lesbian is wrong?
Well, I don't. The thing is, like, I don't have like a whole like spreadsheet of like scriptures like in front like you do. But like, I know like the verse does say like Adam like did like Adam needed a wife, so God made a wife. It talks about like women marriage between a man and a woman. Like it doesn't. It mentions like
Okay. Hey,
Like
I'll just
sex
ask you.
between-
I'll just ask you a more general question here. How do you know that the Christian Bible is accurate in describing to us what is morally right and wrong? Because as far as I'm concerned, that is a man-written book, and it is absolutely in no place of authority to describe to us what's objectively morally correct. Okay. But so I'm going to go ahead and need an argument from you to substantiate that it is in that place of authority. Jess, I appreciate you for the money gun. So in other words, I'm essentially asking you to prove that the Christian God exists.
so, but like that's a completely different argument. Like I.
Not at all, not at all. Because remember, the Christian Bible is only going to be like accurate in describing to us what is morally right and wrong if the Christian God were to exist. Corty, I appreciate you so much for the galaxy. W Corty in the chat. I mean, like, think of it this way. So, like, Green Eggs and Ham is a man-written book that tells us that eating green eggs and ham is wrong. But like, we don't use that in our daily lives and practice that as like divine moral, like as a divine moral principle, because we know that that book was merely written by a man just like you and me. Okay, but what I'm saying is the Bible is going to be exactly the same, and the only way that it would be different and in a special place of authority was if the Christian God were to exist. So now please give me an argument to substantiate that the Christian God does exist.
To be completely honest, I came here to discuss the flaws within your argument about the fertility debate. Like, I don't.
So are you
have, like,
telling me that you actually can't prove to me that the Christian God exists and that your only form of evidence is your faith, and you are using this to justify your persecution and marginalization of the entirety of the LGBTQ plus community? And in other words, this prejudice that you hold on the basis of a fucking man-written book just means nothing and it should be abolished? And my live that I'm hosting right now is hopefully getting other Christians out there to recognize this fact?
I think that's a bit of a stretch, to be honest. Like,
It would only be a stretch
Let me
if you
finish.
could demonstrate that the Christian God exists. I will let you finish. I apologize for
The
interrupting.
whole idea about Christian God existing can go deep into like apologetics. Like, it's just so complex, and I didn't come here to talk about that. So obviously, I haven't prepared for that. So like, I don't. That's kind of I didn't come here to talk about that.
Okay, well, I mean,
And like in terms of morals, like so much of like the law is like based upon Christian values. Like it doesn't. I'm not saying it proves God exists, but like you say, like how can we take one book for its word for beliefs? But like so many of our laws today have stemmed from the beliefs that come from within the Bible. So I don't know. I didn't.
okay,
come to
well,
talk
I mean,
about
yeah,
that.
you came in to talk about the secular argument. So are you able to give
Yeah.
me a reason outside of the context of Christianity why being a lesbian is wrong?
No, I just wanted to talk about the argument that you said.
Cordy, thank
where,
you so
like,
much for the galaxy. I appreciate you so much for the love. Thank you so much, Cordy. Thank you. All right. Well, I do appreciate you for coming up, but just because you can't tuning back into the stream, I appreciate y'all for being back up in here. We were doing great. We had about 3.4 thousand people watching the live, but y'all could really help us get back to that point by double tapping, by sharing the live and spamming that comment section, as well as like small gifts if you have them. Just all the forms of engagement that y'all can provide will really help us send out, guys. So make sure that we're focused on that. We already have 5 guest requests here, so we're going to go ahead and hop right back into the debate. Let's go ahead and see what our first guest of the night, Rebecca, has to say. But seriously, L TikTok for taking the last stream down. Hi, Rebecca. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong? All right, I'm guessing not. So just to kind of reiterate the rules of the live here, I'm looking to debate with people that do indeed think that being a lesbian is wrong. But in order, Tracy, oh my God, thank you so much for the unicorn fantasy. You're wild. Let's get a W, Tracy, in that chat. Thank you so much for the love, Tracy. Massive W's in that chat, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for the love. Hey, what's going on, Fragrance? How old are you?
I'm 18.
Perfect. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And why so?
I believe being lesbian is wrong just because I feel like like when you're lesbian, you're denying the natural right of birth. You know what I mean, to have like children.
Okay, so I mean, first of all, I don't think that being a lesbian means you can't have kids. I mean, lesbians can have kids through IVF and surrogacy, and they do all the time. But if you're just more so saying that if you like being lesbian implies that you're denying being able to reproduce with your partner, I mean, I don't see this as a denial. I see this as an unfortunate consequence. You know what I mean? And I more so think that this doesn't make it morally wrong. Like, for instance, do you think that it would be wrong for me to engage in intercourse with an infertile woman?
Infertile woman? No, not necessarily.
But like in that same sense, I wouldn't be able to reproduce with her just like the lesbian. So I think that you have quite an internal contradiction by considering it to be wrong to be lesbian because they can't reproduce through intercourse with their partner, but not wrong for me to engage in intercourse with an infertile woman.
Jeez, why are you cooking me so bad, bro?
Dude, I got to keep the gas on. I got to keep the
so.
heat on, baby. I don't know what to tell you. You got anything else for me, sir?
No, not really. I ain't gonna lie.
Awesome, I appreciate you for coming up. Well, that was a quick W, bro. We were doing debate speed runs here today. What a good way to start off the live chat. Let's get some W's in that chat, and let me know how you're feeling about the debate so far. We're gonna move on to our next guest, Landon. I can't tell. They might be a fetus, but they definitely think being a lesbian is wrong. So, let's go ahead and pull Landon up here. Landon, how old are you? Yeah, that's a fetus. We called him out. We're gonna go ahead and move on to our next guest, Carter. Here, folks. Everyone, just kind of give us a minute to get our next guest up in here. What's up, Carter? How old are you?
I'm 18.
Perfect. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
Hell yeah.
Okay, why so?
Cause God gave us Adam and Eve a penis and a pussy. Penis goes in the pussy. That's what's up.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and talk about Adam and Eve.
Yes, sir.
I got a question. Is the Garden of Eden in Alabama?
Nah, we don't fuck cousins here.
Oh, wait, actually, the children of Adam and Eve had to fuck their siblings in order to reproduce. So in other words, the only way for the children of Adam and Eve to fulfill the divine commandment of God and to reproduce was through incest. So this means that incest was necessarily moral.
Okay, so that technically means that it's morally wrong for you to date a woman?
Yeah, you're 16. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to be talking about incest with a 16-year-old. He completely lied about his age. I appreciate y'all for letting me know what it said in his bio. We're going to move on to our next guest, Candon here. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and see what they have to say. What's up, Caden? All right, Caden automatically dropped. Let's go ahead and see what our next guest, Ash, has to say. Keep in mind, y'all, if we are in those guest requests, make sure that you do think that being a lesbian is wrong. Let's get some W's flowing. Hey, what's up, Ash? How old are you?
I'm 18.
Perfect. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
I do.
Awesome. Why so?
It's just that, I grew up in church, and I just really think that being gay is a sin.
Okay, you gotta say lesbian or you're gonna get the life flag dash. So why? So you think that being a lesbian is a sin in accordance with the faith. So which verse of the Christian Bible tells us that being a lesbian is a sin?
Girl, I don't know. My mom just told me these church things when I was a little kid.
And her mom probably told her that according to the faith that being black was a sin. You know, they actually made something called the Slave Bible where they used Christianity as a tool of manipulation to make like the African Americans and in America during the times of emancipation slavery to think that they're supposed to be slaves. So unless we have actual scripture,
where'd you learn this from?
This is history. You could look it up.
Really?
Yeah, so I mean, unless you have actual scripture to substantiate your view, I'm just going to see it as you just trying to justify your prejudice with the most weak means necessary.
No, are you saying that my feelings aren't valid?
Yes.
Why?
Why so? Because your feelings directly perpetuate harm and marginalization onto lesbians without any reason at all, bro. Invalid
what if it's internal? I'm not telling lesbians I hate them. I just think it.
Oh, yeah, you just think it? Well, yeah, what about all the neo-Yazis that just think being a Jew's wrong?
Now, what does lesbians have to do with neo-Nazis?
It has to do with the same sense of prejudice being internalized.
I just said I don't like lesbians.
It has to do with the same sense of prejudice being internalized.
Are you telling me what I can and can't think?
Yes, actually, I am.
Why?
Why? Because sometimes beliefs can perpetuate harm and marginalization onto a broad community throughout the world. I'm absolutely telling you that it is wrong to hold harmful beliefs.
Okay, but you didn't tell me what this has to do with neo.
I heard someone in the background laughing, so we are going to move on to our next guest at this point. If we are in those guest requests, make sure that we do think that being a lesbian is wrong, and they got a flag on the live. Moving on here, y'all. Moving on here, guys. Moving on to our next guest at this point. Hey, what's up? How old are you? All right, it doesn't look like they're here. We're going to move on to our next guest. Let's go ahead and see what DIG has to say. Everyone, just give us a minute. If you are watching the live and you do think that being a lesbian is wrong, hop in those guest requests. But what's up, DIG? How old are you?
21.
Nice. Whoa, your live is being flagged for sexually suggestive content. That's crazy.
Yo, what?
That's wild.
That is that's wild.
That is
I
wild.
make
Do you think that?
motivational content. That's crazy.
Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
Yes.
Okay, why
Morally
so?
wrong. Well, I'm Christian, right? So Romans 1:26.
Okay, I'm like actually really done with talking to the Christians. I've been talking to Christians for like the last hour, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to a secular argument. Like I'm just tired of repeating the same thing over and over and over again. What's up? How old are you? All right, moving on. Let's go and get Evan Can up here, y'all. Make sure that we're double tapping on that phone screen, by the way. Hey, what's up? How old are you? They automatically left, bro. I don't know why this topic is so rancid. We may have to do a restart and probably change up the topic, or we could try to co-host with Parker. What's up? How old are you? Hey, what's your age?
18,
And what year are you born in?
2004.
Okay, so I do appreciate you for coming up here, but
Are you
unfortunately,
lesbian?
because you are a fetus, we are going to move on to our next guest. Let's go and get Amaya up here. Yo, I'm considering doing a restart and changing the topic here. Maybe a conversation about abortion. What's up? How old are you? All right, they're not here either. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and just kind of run through everyone in the guest requests real quick. We're actually just going to pull them like all up at once here. We're just going to see if anyone in the guest request thinks that being a lesbian is wrong.
Yo, what's up?
Hey,
Hey,
we're
I'm
gonna
back
start
from the other.
Hey, Rebecca, how old are you?
18.
Nice. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
Yeah,
Okay, why so?
because it's not right. Like,
Okay, are you trolling?
you don't see animals doing that, being like with
Okay,
the
she
same
is
sex.
trolling. Pink, go ahead and unmute that mic. Hey, how old are you?
I'm 29. I'm sorry.
Okay, trolling. Carly, go ahead and unmute. Hey, how old are you?
18.
Nice. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
Yes.
Okay, why so? Okay, trolling, guys, please. Like, if I'm gonna pull up like literally everyone from the guest requests, and this is just the outcome, bro. Like, this is rough. This is so rough. This is so fucking rough. Hi, how old are you? Trevor, okay, Trevor's not even here. Y'all, like, dude, please. This is rough, guys. Oh, man. All right, moving on. Yeah, guys, we may have to change the topic because this is rough, bro. We're going to try to get chat. We're literally just loading up everyone at this point. What's up, Olivia? Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
No.
All right, bye, Olivia. This is why I loaded multiple people.
Hey.
All right. Hey, Gab, do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
Not at all.
See what I mean, guys? Please. All right, go ahead and unmute that mic pass. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
Yes.
And how old are you?
38.
Awesome. So why do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
Because there's no reproduction.
Okay.
You can't-
So is it wrong for me to marry an infertile woman?
Say what now?
Is it wrong for me to marry an infertile woman?
Marrying what?
An infertile woman?
An infertile woman. Mm-hmm.
That is, you'd consider that to be wrong, really? So for everyone coming back into the stream here, that last live that we were literally just on got taken down again, guys. So we're just going to go ahead and switch our topic for the day. I don't really know why TikTok is continually taking down my lives. I think what I'm talking about is really important and I wish they wouldn't do that. But you know what? We're just going to go ahead and move on to this topic for today. So everyone coming up in here, we are going to be talking about abortion now. Just to quickly give my stance, I am pro-choice all 9 months. This means that I think that women should have this instrumental access to healthcare, such as elective abortions for any reason or no reason at all. And if you disagree with me, meaning that you're pro-life, make sure to hop in those guest requests. And it typically does take a minute here to kind of get our first guest request rolling in for this topic, because there's much less pro-lifers out there that engage with my content. So if you guys want to help this live get on the For You page of people that are pro-life and will hop in here to debate, make sure that y'all are double tapping on that phone screen, make sure you are spamming that comment section, and make sure you are sharing out this live. Any engagement with the live will really help us get it out there. We got a couple guest requests here, so I think we're going to go ahead and load up our first in those guest requests that we are at least 18 years old and that we are pro-life. What's up? How old are you?
I'm 18.
All right. OT's not here. We're going to go to move on. I see some people saying that I'm lagging in chat. Are we lagging right now? Are we lagging, everyone? A little bit of lagging, unfortunate. Hopefully, this is able to get fixed. I'm going to try to go and restart the app.
His physical impairment are imminent.
All right, let's see if that works, chat. Let's see if that works. So we just went there. Jenny, thank you for the $10 on Venmo. I appreciate you so much for the love. Let's get a W, Jenny, in that comment section. Welcome back, Dean. Jenny, I appreciate you for being here so very much. Massive W, Jenny. All right, we're going to try to get our first debate of the night going here. What's up? How old are you?
Hey, what's going on? I'm 24.
24, sweet. Do you think that abortion should be banned? Are you pro-life?
I think that it's a little bit tricky. I think that there should be like a monthly limit. Like you should probably get 2 abortions a month max.
Okay, yeah, why?
Sorry, I got contractors working here.
Okay, and why so?
Because I mean, if you're doing more, then it's just like, like you're kind of going crazy.
Okay, and why should this be illegal?
I'm not saying it should be legal. I'm just saying it should be legal, but it should be illegal to do more than like 3 or 4 a month.
Yeah, and you're not really giving any reason for this.
Well,
like,
I
listen,
mean,
like
what's your monthly limit, personally?
Tara, I appreciate you for the $20 on Venmo. Let's get a W Tara in that comment section. Thank you so much. Massive W Tara, guys. Thank you so much for the $20 on Venmo. Let's fucking go. W Tara, ladies and gentlemen. W Tara. So like, I don't think that is it even possible to get like 4 abortions a month? Like,
See, I don't know.
As far as I'm aware, as far as I'm aware, it takes about like 7 weeks minimum to even be able to recognize that you're pregnant. So I don't really even see this as an issue. So I think that we're going to go ahead and just move on to our next guest here. Let's go to see what Patience has to say if we're in those guest requests, y'all. Make sure that we do think that abortion should be banned. Alrighty, tidy, y'all. What's up? How old are you?
I'm 22.
Nice. Do you think that abortion should be banned? Are you pro-life?
Okay, I'm pro-life, but I have it's kind of a two-way opinion. So I kind of think that abortion shouldn't be banned, but it depends on like the state you're in. Like there has to be a law, like not the state, like the little state, like the state of the mother.
Yeah. So at what point should abortion be banned?
It should be banned if it's like just like a thing where you just really don't want a kid. Like if you messed up and you were being irresponsible and you kept your legs open, didn't use protection, then that's your fault. You should have the baby and you should treat it well. But like if it's more of a
so in the case of an elective abortion, why should a mother not be able to get an abortion? I mean, you just told me there that it's her fault that she's pregnant. I don't see how this would mean that she shouldn't be able to have access to healthcare. All that it sounds like to me is that you are looking at some women, deeming them as irresponsible because of your own preferences for things such as intercourse, intimacy, and relationships, and then you're punishing not only them but also the child by forcing them into a household together and forcing, what would typically be a young adult into being a parent, and then forcing the kid into being, the child of an irresponsible younger parent who's not ready to have a kid. So.
Oh gosh, I didn't mean to come off that way.
How old are you once again?
22.
And what year were you born?
1990. Well, it was 1998, but.
Oh yeah, that's a kid. Let's go to move on to our next guest, Joshua Graham. Hopefully we got some FYP send out here, y'all. Y'all could really help me get this live to send out by double tapping and sharing it out there. What's up, Joshua? How old are you? Joshua, hi, are you here? All right, I don't think Joshua's here. Let's go to move on here, y'all. We only have a couple guest requests here at the minute. So, guys, if we are pro-life, make sure to hop in those guest requests. Yeah, 1998 and 22. Guys, let's do some math. All right, moving on to our next guest here. I appreciate you for that TikTok. Thank you for all the love. 1998 is crazy, bro. All right. Lindsay, you are not loading into the live. What's up? How old are you?
44.
44, sweet. Do you think that abortion should be banned? Are you pro-life?
I am pro-life. I think it should be banned. Absolutely.
Okay, why so, sir?
Because I think it's a life, and it's a life, and you shouldn't be able to unalive somebody even if it's not.
Oh,
born.
got it. It's alive, and you can't end that life. Hey,
It's a
sir,
human
are you vegan by chance?
No, I'm not a vegan.
Okay, but what about their lives? Their life, so you shouldn't be able to end theirs either, right?
It's a human life.
Oh, it has to do with the fact that it's a human life. So do you think that women? So when does human life start?
At conception.
At conception. So do you think that women with IUDs are murderers? Because in some cases, an IUD will allow for conception to occur, but then just simply prevent implantation into the uterine lining, killing that conceived zygote?
Do I think of what?
That women with IUDs are murderers for that reason?
What's IODs?
An IUD is a form of birth control that in some cases will allow the moment of conception to occur, but it will just merely prevent implantation
I don't
into
think
the
you should have
uterine
birth control either.
Okay, but that's not the question. That's not the question I asked you. I asked you if women with IUDs are murderers.
No.
Okay, but why? Because they're killing a conceived human.
Yeah, but when you have a baby forming in the stomach, in a woman's womb, it's got a heart, it's got legs, it's got arms, it's got a brain. So you guys are talking about having an abortion up to 9 months.
Okay, so are you saying that you actually don't care about biological life, but what you do care is about, if the fetus has a heart, brains, legs, and arms, then it's wrong to abort? Sir, does a chicken or a cow have a heart, a brain,
I think a
legs, and
human
arms?
life is worth more than an animal. I think a human
So
life.
then why would you care about the heart, brain, legs, and arms? Because if human life starts at the moment of conception, and a human life is of the utmost amount of
I don't know
value,
when we
then
got
you
to a
should
point
consider a woman with an
normalize
IUD to be a
abortion.
murderer.
I don't
So
know
once
when
again,
we
I'm merely asking you here, why don't you consider a woman with an IUD to be a murderer? Because she's ending and terminating a human life, and according to you, that would be
By
murder.
taking birth control?
Yes.
Well, then you know what? Then I don't think she should be taking birth control. So yes.
That's not the question. I'm not asking you if she should or shouldn't be. I'm not asking you. Is she a murderer?
So how does the birth control work?
The birth control, once again, in some cases, will allow for conception to occur, but then will prevent this conceived zygote from implanting into the uterine lining, killing it. And if you're saying that all human life is equal, well, then that should be just as wrong as someone breaking into my room and pointing a pew-pew at my head and pulling the trigger, because that is starving a conceived zygote. But what I think this obviously shows is we do not care about biological life in of itself, but we rather care about the associated traits such as sentience or consciousness, and this is why we should be pro-choice, at least for lethal abortions, until 24 weeks when those things actually develop and emerge.
24 weeks, you still have a lot. You know, you're still a lot further along than the first few weeks. You know.
I don't see what this is relevant to. I don't see how this is responding to my argument in the slightest. What are you addressing here, sir? What are you addressing here, sir? I gave you a valid critique of your position and how it would entail the absurdity that women with some forms of birth controls are literal murderers, and then you say some random shit about how far along the fetus is. This is all emotional, irrational, unintelligible rambling.
So here you go. If terminate an egg after it's been fertilized, then yeah, I think it's unalive or something.
Is that murder?
A human life.
And is that murder?
I guess if you want to call it that, yeah.
So women on birth control are murderers. Should all murderers
so.
go to jail, sir?
No, there should be some leniency depending on the.
Wait, so you're saying that we should not put murderers in jail?
There's different severities, no?
Wait, no. I'd say that we should put all murderers in jail. Do you disagree?
Listen,
I
you
thought
could
that
be
you
a
were
murderer.
pro-life.
You could
One
be a
second, I thought that you were
murderer, and you could-
pro-life, but you're the
well,
one
you-
saying that we shouldn't put all murderers in jail?
Listen, there's different levels.
What happened
I'm
to
not
that
saying-
pro-life rhetoric?
Listen, you kill somebody that enters your house. No, I don't
Hey,
think
are
you should go to
doctors
jail.
murderers when they pull the plug on brain dead patients? Because they're
Can you
human and
kill
alive?
somebody that enters your house that's getting ready to like grape your parents? Can you do that?
Yes, yes, and that would be self-defense, not murder, because murder is specifically the unjustified
All right, so then
termination
use
of a
the
human
K
life.
word. No, I don't think it's murder.
And also,
then. I
hey,
think
do you
it's-
think
I
do you
it's
think that
unaliving.
do you
It's a
think
TikTok
that
word.
do you think that it's murder to pull the plug on a brain dead patient because they're both human and alive?
I don't think you should be putting a brain dead patient on life support.
Okay, but we do. So do you think that it's murder to terminate that life support because
wouldn't
it ends a
even-
human life?
I have no take on that because I don't think you should be doing that to begin
Wait,
with.
why? Because I thought that you specifically said that terminating a human life was murder, and this would apply as
You're not
much to a
terminating
brain
it.
dead patient
Don't ever
as
put-
it would
don't
to a
ever
fetus.
Don't ever put them on life support.
Okay, well then, in a very similar sense, we'd say don't even engage in unsafe sex to begin with, or don't even have sex to begin with. But the fact is that individuals do this, and they should have access to things such as abortion to negate the consequence of pregnancy, because we do not want to punish. We do not want to punish an unconsenting child to be raised by parents that are not ready to raise a child. This is so ignorant. This is so bad in areas where we see
What about
restricted or no
adoption,
one second. In areas where we see restricted or no access to abortion, we We also see higher rates of poverty. We see lower rates of education. We see higher rates of all crimes. We see lower incomes, and we see lower qualities of life, all things considered. And the fact of the matter is, if you are going to say that all human life is just as valuable as the next, this is going to mean that women on birth control or some forms of birth control are murderers. This is going to mean that doctors pulling the plug on brain dead patients are murderers. This is going to mean so many things that you are unwilling to concede to. So in all reality, you are special plein in the context of abortion, and you and your emotional emotions are just simply trying to infringe upon the access to health care of women.
Why do you say 24 weeks and not 25 weeks?
Because at 24 weeks, the thymocortical connections occur, which would allow for the emergence of consciousness.
Is it exactly 24 weeks, or could it be 24 weeks in 1 hour? Or can it be 24 weeks in 1 day? I mean, come on, like how technical you want to
So the statement that it's 24 weeks, the statement that it's going to be 24 weeks is going to be a broad generalization on when it's most likely to occur.
So now
if we was to put this in legislation, one second, if we was to put this in legislation, we would draw a precautionary principle and not allow for lethal abortions after about 22 weeks.
So it's okay for you to draw the line, but I can't draw the line.
Well, I specifically have good reason to draw the line at 22 weeks, as this is a precautionary line which allows for lethal abortions to occur prior to that point, as the fetus is most likely not to be sentient. But the line that you are drawing is ignorant, irrational, with no good reason, and has many drastic conclusions, such as the idea that it would be murder to pull the plug on a brain dead patient, or women with IUDs are murderers.
The level of birth control isn't that bad, so I would not call them a murderer, no. But I think...
But why? Because they're killing a human life, and I thought that was wrong in all scenarios.
You don't let me draw the line, but you can draw the line.
You were so irrational. You said that abortion was murder because it's killing a human life.
I think taking birth control is much different than pulling a human out of somebody's vagina.
And what is the specific difference?
What's the difference? When you're taking birth control, you're just, I don't know, but you're not pissing out a baby.
Okay, so the difference is the way that the life looks. Because earlier you said that the only thing that was of relevance here is the fact that it is both human and alive, but now you are saying that abortion looks really gross and it's pulling this thing that looks like a baby out of the uterus, and this is why it's wrong. So it has nothing to do with the human life. You're just appealing to emotions because it is grotesque looking, and this is not a good argument. Do you actually want to give me an intellectually sound one? Because if you are going to vote for legislation that inevitably infringes upon the most fundamental rights of women, and limits the access to health care of 170 million American women in the United States as a whole, well, then you are not going to be able to appeal to your emotions in doing so. This is an incredibly weak stance that incredibly irrational people make.
Yeah. You have to have opposition, otherwise they're going to start doing it after the kid's born, or up to 9.
Another red herring, another straw man. You can't make a confluent argument. All you can do is appeal to your own emotions. This is embarrassing. You are not pro-life. You are pro-controlling women. You are pro-higher rates of poverty. You are pro-lower levels of education. You are pro-lower rates of income. You are pro-lower levels of employment. You are pro-lower qualities of life. You are pro-forcing unconsenting children into the unready households of young Americans. This is bad, and there's drastic real-world outcomes on the basis of what? Your emotions as a man? Dude, how are you not embarrassed?
Men protect. This is what men do.
No. Men don't protect. Men fucking commit 95% of the violent crimes committed in this country. Men get their emotions and use those to marginalize and oppress women. What do men protect? Please fucking tell me. Articulate it clearly. What do men protect?
Let me ask you this.
Who do men protect women from?
Let me answer. Do you think that if
who do men protect women from?
I'm going to tell you. Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Ready? So do you think if there was no good men, you think women would be able to walk around freely on the street? No, they protect men against bad men. There's always going to be bad people around.
Who do men supposedly protect women from?
Bad men.
So in other words, you're throwing shit on the wall, then cleaning it up, and you want a golden fucking star because you feel like you did something good?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I thought, little bro. And I don't even see how this is relevant to the context of abortion. You just gotta come out of the floodgates with even more misogynistic rhetoric. It exposes you for exactly what you are. A misogynistic man with some hidden narrative that you hide behind the shield of this moral, virtuous, pro-life stance.
Can you imagine going to war with
Now he's talking about war. You are emotional, sir. You are getting intellectually dunked on. Let's get some baby bottles in the
Oh,
chat for this grown man that is showing his emotions to us all on live here tonight. Got anything else for me, sir?
No, I just wish that they wouldn't be raising you young boys like the way they are. They're feminizing you.
Oh, wait, sorry, are you saying that I'm feminine for actually caring about the wants,
Absolutely,
needs, and
you are
necessities of
feminine,
all?
yeah.
Are you saying
Would
that
you
in
say-
order to be
would you say you're
masculine,
an
you
alpha
inherently... No,
male?
I'm not done
Would you
talking.
say you're a
I'm not done
leader?
talking. You were going to let me cook, and I'm going to finish my statement. You were saying that I'm feminine
you're a
because
cook.
One
There you
second. No,
go.
I'm cooking. I'm fucking cooking. You are saying that I'm feminine because I care about the wants, needs, necessities, concerns, and desires of everyone. Are you saying in order to be masculine that you have to be inherently exclusionary of what would make the lives of all better off? Are you saying that in order to be masculine, that it's inherent that you must discard and discredit the wants, needs, and necessities of women? Are you saying that in order to be masculine, that you inherently have to base your decision making off of your emotions, which would practically result in a society in which does not uphold intellectualism, in which does not uphold logic, fact, and reason to a high degree and regard? Oh, maybe you're just merely describing the fact that men are emotional and do not operate off these standards. And maybe we could give evidence that this is true based upon the fact that women perform better in school, have higher IQs and EQs on average. Maybe you are truly describing reality. What the fuck are you saying here that is beneficial to you, your position, or your worldview? This is essentially an SNL roast fucking sesh right now, but I will now allow you the time to speak, and please give me your stance. Tell me more about your misogynistic beliefs so I could eat you up. Go
You wanna-
ahead.
Okay, so men lead, men are smarter, men are stronger in every single aspect of life.
Yeah, give me absolutely any evidence that men are smarter than women.
What do you mean? We run this country. We've been running it for the longest time, since the beginning of times.
Okay, so
Put
there's a
10 men and
disproportionate
10
amount of
women on
one
an
second.
island. What's going to happen?
There's a
Who's gonna-
disproportionate amount of male leadership in comparison to female leadership. I can agree, but I don't think that this leads
It's
to the
because we're
conclusion.
stronger and smarter.
One
If you put
second,
10
I don't think that this
and
leads
10
to. Well,
women
I'm
on an
gonna.
island-
Oh, okay, if you're so strong and smart, then why can't you let me speak? Thank you. If you think that the disproportionate
How does that
amount of
make
male,
me- how does that
if,
make
if
me
you
smart?
think that the disproportionate amount of, if you think that the disproportionate amount of male leadership in this country makes men smarter than women, then what do you have to say about the disproportionate amount of white leadership? Do you think this makes white people smarter than black people?
No, I think you got a bunch of liberals that are
Cooked!
separating everyone. Keep muting me.
I'm not gonna lie, I did not hear a single word of what you just said because my mic cut off, but I want to go ahead and hear your explanation on this point. So you said the disproportionate amount of...
Ask me that again.
So you said that the disproportionate amount of male leadership does make men smarter than women, but the disproportionate amount of white leadership doesn't make white people smarter than black people. I'm so happy you're not a racist. W is in the chat for that, but what I'm specifically getting at here is what is the relevant distinction? What is the difference between the power dynamics and systemic oppression that lead to the real world conclusion that there's more white leadership than black leadership, and this does not make white people smarter than black people, W by the way, but in the context of men and women, when we see the same systemic oppression that leads to the outcome of more male leadership than female leadership, somehow this does make males smarter than females. So go ahead and explain to me the difference. Then also, Jordan, thank you for the $100 on Venmo. Holy shit! Let's get a massive W Jordan in that chat. Jeez, W Jordans all day, every day, baby. Thank you so much for the love. Massive W Jordans, y'all. But go ahead and unmute that mic and give me the relevant distinction.
So wait, hold on, back up a minute. Are you saying the reason why men are in these positions is because there's more men?
No, I'm saying the reasons why there's more men in these positions is because men hold more of the power in this country, and they have more opportunity to be in these in these positions. And we can make this just intuitively clear. Would you say that rich people have more opportunity to be in positions of power than poor people?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, so we see socioeconomic standing, we see socioeconomic differences between the average, income and net worth of a man in comparison to that of a woman, for reasons such as the idea that women couldn't even open up bank accounts or own property until the 20th century, that would therefore give men more opportunity to be in these positions of power. There are so many other reasons why men have more opportunity to be in power. However, this is obviously one point that makes it intuitively clear. And then everyone's spamming that he's 17. No, he sounds like he's 40. How old did you say you were?
44.
Yeah, no, guy, you cannot say this man is 17. I'm so sorry. That is so crazy. But go ahead and respond.
So let me ask you this real quick. So let's say you have China, and China was ran by female generals and female president and all that. You think that that would be intimidating? You don't think men are more intimidating? You don't think men belong in positions of power and naturally are in those positions because of what they were born with and their instincts? And
Oh, so you think that in order to be in a position of power and to be a good leader, you got to be intimidating? Was
no,
Hitler intimidating?
I think you need to be strong-minded. I think you need to be smart. I think
Yeah.
you need to
Hey, so
have a-
women are more strong-minded than men. This is biologically true. They have thicker dendrites in their neurology, which makes them deal with stress better for the reason of childbirth. And then we just also see on average that they have less emotional outbursts, which would also be indicative of them being stronger-minded. Okay, so then why do men commit 95% of the violent crimes in this country? If men are more emotionally sound, then why do men commit the most emotional thing known to mankind? Can't answer that one. What about suicidality rates? Men have suicidality rates that are 4 times higher than that of women. If men were so emotionally strong, then why do they commit suicide so much more? The same thing to be said about substance abuse in order as being used as an unhealthy coping mechanism to deal with unprocessed emotion. Men abuse substances much more than women.
Okay. So there's always going to be your men that are bad and that have drug problems and all that stuff. But I mean, when you have good men and you have a group of good women,
No, the point of me specifically bringing up these statistics was to show that our men are disproportionately more likely to be more emotional and more irrational than women, right?
Yeah,
so can you go ahead and respond to those points?
From a group of people, the qualifications from a group of people, you're going to have more men in those leadership qualities than you are going to have women.
Why can you not respond to my claim? You made the claim that women were both more emotionally sound and smarter than women. Then I give you good, compelling reason to believe that that's false, and actually the opposite is true, and you are unable to critique my line of thought, okay? So remember, I specifically said that women are more emotionally sound and smarter than men on average for the reason that they perform better in academics at all levels, they get more degrees, they have a higher IQ on average, they have a higher EQ on average, and they're less prone to emotional, irrational activities such as violent crimes. Men commit 95% of those, such as suicide. Men commit 82% of those, and such as substance abuse rates. Men commit 72% of those.
In domestic abuse, right? Domestic violence at homes, right? Where you have like maybe a crazy lunatic woman and a semi-crazy man. Cops come to the house. Who's going to get arrested?
So why can't you respond to absolutely any of the statistics in which I gave you? Why can't you respond to any of the statistics that I gave you?
I'm telling you that if women were stronger and they were able to do more damage, then you'd probably see more women with these problems.
So then how come we still see a disproportionate amount of men committing violent crimes when the violent crime does not concern physical strength? Men cyberbully with threats of violence drastically more than women. That doesn't require big biceps. Men commit arson drastically more than women. That doesn't require big biceps. Men abuse animals drastically more than women. That doesn't require big biceps. So when you're making the claim that women would be committing the same amount of violent crimes as men if they had very similar levels of physical strength, well, that's simply untrue given the demonstration of these violent crime statistics that don't involve physical strength. And all of these statistics are going to be taken from FBI and CIA crime statistics. These are going to be taken straight from the government, and I could give you the facts if you want them. It just take me a minute to pull up the facts.
And the government's constantly lying. You believe like the government? Anything with it?
Now you're getting in. You're saying that the government is lying to us about all these crime statistics. You're delusional.
Lying? You see what's going on?
You're so lost, bro. You are so lost. You're saying that the government is lying about crime statistics?
Probably.
You're crazy.
You don't think they lied about the COVID deaths and all that other stuff?
Why would the government lie about crime statistics?
Because it's an attack on men right now.
No, men just commit the violent crimes, and you are the one that has already said this. Earlier, I asked you why men should protect women, and I'm telling you who are men protecting women from, and you said other men. If you thought that the government was lying about these crime statistics and that women are truly committing just as much violent crimes as men, well, then you wouldn't have said that men are protecting women from other men. You would have said that men are protecting women from men and women, but no, you didn't say that. So you believe these crime statistics. You were just backed into a corner, so now you have to pull the most fringed fucking conspiracy theory I've ever heard out of your ass in order to hold a consistent worldview. This is why you should acquaint yourself with facts. This is why you should acquaint yourself with reason, and this is why you should acquaint yourself with logic. You sound absolutely absurd right now. You are getting dunked on, my good sir.
That's all right. I'm telling you because you know what? Out of all the violent women out there that go and commit crimes or whatever, or go to beat up a group of guys, they're gonna lose. They're gonna get their asses kicked, so they're not gonna get in trouble.
I don't even know what you're saying anymore. This is just incoherent gibberish. And he left, bro. And he left, y'all. Look at that. That is what happens. That is what happens. He got dunked on, bro. Dude, I'm telling you, I have so much fun with these topics on feminism because these emotional men get absolutely fucking dunked on. They get cooked. There is no rational argument for misogyny. Not one. It is so evidently fucking clear. It looks like our live is being limited, so we are going to go ahead and try a restart. For the 1.4 thousand people in here, make sure to come right back in because we're going to continue this fucking cook sesh, but we just need to be able to send out to the FYP a little bit more. So everyone come right back. It's going to take me 10 minutes to restart. We got 19 guest requests right now. I'm looking at Gabby, Only Pooh, Nancy, The Only Guy, Kay Turner, your mom, Julie, Gabby, Dan, David, Haley, Memphis, I Love Basketball, and everyone else. Come right back in and hop right back in those guest requests, and I'll pull you up one by fucking one and debunk every single one of y'all's positions. See you guys shortly. I think that there's absolutely so many demonstrable reasons why abortion should be allowed. But even in the case that a woman has no reason to get an abortion, she still should be able to do so out of a mere practice of her right to bodily autonomy. So do you have a counter argument here?
Well, I think, like, if you really wanted to, like, not have your child, you could put it up for, like, adoption.
Okay, well, yeah, if you didn't want to raise a kid, you could put it up for adoption, but adoption is not going to be an alternative to abortion in the sense of the prevention of pregnancy, right? There is no alternative to pregnancy apart from abortion.
Yeah.
So then when you say, well, adoption is an alternative, no, it's not. Because adoption, you still have to go through pregnancy. So why shouldn't we allow women to have the right to access abortion to prevent pregnancy? Then further yet, on top of that, the adoption and foster care systems are royally fucked. We see higher rates of SA, we see higher rates of all criminal activities, higher rates of drug abuse, higher rates of self-unaliving, we see higher rates of poverty, lower rates of employment, lower rates of education across the board. Why should we force children into these situations and force women into providing their bodily resources to a fetus for the next 9 months? That makes no sense. How can you call yourself pro-life when these real-world outcomes are terrible?
Yeah, but, like, I would rather, like, my child be alive.
Fetus. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and believe y'all. Based upon her responses and her rhetoric there, I am led to believe that it is possible that she was a fetus. She said she was 19 and gave like an adequate birth year for that, but she's probably a minor. What's up, Dan? How old are you?
I'm 18.
Perfect, man. Do you think that abortion should be banned? Are you pro-life?
I'd say to some extent, I think it should be regulated. So kind of banned, but exceptions should be allowed.
Yeah, what specific regulations would you impose?
Kind of exemptions to the ban. So, for example, if the conception of the child was done purely without the woman's
yeah, we're talking about elective circumstances here. In elective circumstances, aka a man and a woman engage in intercourse consentfully and they're both of age and the woman gets pregnant,
Really?
should she be able to get an abortion?
I think it depends on her age and financial status. If she's unable to support the child, then I think abortion should be allowed. But if she is able to support the abortion, then I think it shouldn't be done. Because
Yeah. So why specifically should women who can support a child financially speaking not be able to get an abortion? Why is that wrong to do?
Because it's to do with the quality of life. Because if the child would have the ability to flourish, having been born, I think there should be no reason to take the life away from that child.
I mean, we've already gone through the reasons, right? What of them, like, such as the idea of prevention of pregnancy and the pain, suffering, and trauma which would follow from such. Then ultimately speaking, if you're reducing the value of the life of the fetus down to the monetary situation or the financial situation of the mother, well, then what you're telling us is that you really don't give a shit about the life of a fetus. Because if the mother is not in a situation where she could financially support that life, well, then all of a sudden it's healthcare and it's not murder, right? I just think that this is an incredibly hypocritical standard, and we should definitely recognize and respect women who do not want to maintain pregnancy.
Well, the financial position was just an example I gave. I think it's if the child would be able to flourish and live a fulfilling life, I think the child.
Yeah, you've given no reason for this. Why is it wrong to kill that? Why is the life of that fetus valuable? Why is it wrong to end that life?
Because all child should be given the right to be alive if they would be able to flourish.
Yeah, why so? Give an argument for that claim.
Well, it's just to do with human rights. If the child would
So
be
what
able,
gives us human rights?
well, the ability to have a conscious.
Okay,
And
but that arises
with
at
a
24 weeks, so then the fetus would not have human rights prior to that point, which would basically negate your entire argument, and that would lead us to the conclusion that even if the mother is in a position where she could financially support the life of a fetus, she doesn't have to because a fetus doesn't have rights.
The reason why is because it's to do with it going from potentiality to actuality.
Yeah, why should we care about potentiality for consciousness here?
Because it has the potential to become a conscious being.
Okay, and why should we care about potential here?
Just because they're not necessarily conscious yet, they would become conscious. So I see no reason why to abort a child who would be able to become conscious and have a fulfilling life.
Wait, okay, so yeah, here's the big point here. I don't think that potentiality for any given trait is a justified basis to grant rights on. I mean, like we could say that a 10-year-old has the potentiality to be 18 in the future, but that potentiality on its own isn't enough to grant that 10-year-old a right to consent to sex. In fact, if we did say that 10-year-olds should be able to consent to intercourse because they have the potential to be 18, that would be the most insane fucking statement ever uttered out of someone's mouth, right? So we should hold that same logical standard even when we're talking about, okay, I'll demonstrate it to you. You're saying that consciousness grants rights, specifically the right to life. However, you are extending the granting of this right to the potential for consciousness, right? But this is flawed, bad logic for the reason provided in the context of the 10-year-old that has the potential to be 18.
That analogy doesn't make sense because there's
yes,
no
it does.
connection
You're saying that the
with-
basis of consciousness.
Can I speak, please?
No. You're saying that the basis of consciousness grants the right to life, but because the fetus has a potential for consciousness, we'll extend that right down to the fetus. Okay, so the basis of being 18 grants the ability to consent to sex, but a 10-year-old has the potential to be 18. So should we extend that right to consent to sex to the 10-year-old?
Well, the reason why your analogy doesn't make sense is because those two things are completely different. To have sex and to live are completely different concepts. So in order to create analogies for that, you cannot apply that with an argument.
So, okay, so when we're drawing up a comparison, specifically an analogy, we're going to be comparing two different concepts in some related sense. And the related sense here is the extensions of rights on the basis of potentiality. And I feel like I've sufficiently demonstrated to you on why or how that's harmful.
Well, that's
to
too
do.
broad. You cannot do an analogy on
So
something
essentially,
too
your
broad.
argument is just nuh-uh. No, if you're going to say that these two things are not conceptually analogous in the relevant sense, well, then you're going to have to give the specific symmetry breaker. But the conceptual analogy here is that we should not confuse the potentiality for a trait insofar as for the actualization of it when we are granting rights based upon it.
What I'm saying is you shouldn't abort a child who has potential to live a fulfilling life.
And I've given you a counter argument against that, and you haven't been able to address it. Your only counter argument
the
so
reason
far has
why I
been
can't
nuh-uh.
address it
Why
is
are all
because
pro-lifers so irrational?
interrupting. You keep
No.
on interrupting
I'm
me,
going
so
to
I'm not able
re-explain
talk.
the counter analogy, and I want you to simply address it. And everyone in chat, I want you to know if you're following the analogy here. Okay. So this man's saying that consciousness is deployed at 24 weeks in the womb, and consciousness entails the right to life. But because a fetus before 24 weeks has the ability to be conscious and will potentially be conscious in the future, we should just extend that right to life down to that fetus. So what is the difference between that statement and this? A being 18 entails the cognitive states to be able to meaningfully consent to sex. A 10-year-old has the potential for these cognitive states, so therefore we should extend that right to consent to sex down to the 10-year-old. Obviously, we shouldn't do it in the case of a 10-year-old and the right to consent to sex, so therefore we shouldn't do it in the case of the fetus with a right for life either. If you're going to say that that is a bad analogy, you're going to have to specifically demonstrate how.
The reason why it is a bad analogy is because to say that a child at 10 years old can have sex because they have the potential to does not make sense because it's to do with the potential. They have no actuality to have sex.
Exactly. Just like when you're making an argument that the fetus should have the right to life because of its potential. One second. No, because when you're making the argument that the fetus should have the right to life because of its potential, that makes no fucking sense. We should only be concerned with the actualization of consciousness at 24 weeks, and anything prior to that point doesn't fucking exist. It's not something for concern.
It's a bit difficult to argue with you when you keep on interrupting me, so please may I speak?
Yeah, go ahead.
So to do with abortion, a child has potentiality to be a conscious being, and I think that should entitle them to life because they have the potential to be that. and it's someone else making the decision on their behalf.
Chat, he's not giving a distinction. Yo, listen, guys, if we get enough ones in chat, I'm just gonna move on. He's not actually countering the argument. He's just saying not
Which
repeating
argument do you want me
himself.
to counter? I'm
Let's
so
get some
confused.
ones in chat if you just want to skip them and move on to the next guest, because like this guy's actually not giving anything right now. Yeah, we got
Because I
enough
don't
ones, so we're gonna go ahead and
understand.
move on. Let's go ahead and see what our next guest here has to say. Let's go ahead and talk to this guest. I think he was trying to understand, but we went over that same point like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. As soon as we circle over like 3 times, it just gets irrelevant. We're just gonna move on. What's up? How old are you?
18.
Nice. What year were you born in?
Okay, never mind. I'm not 18. You know that, but skibbity
Nice.
toy, please. What if?
I do appreciate you for coming up. You got to be at least 18 to be in TikTok Live. At this point, we're going to move on to our next guest, Liam. Hey, what's up? How old are you?
I am not driving. My brother's driving. He can say hello to you if you want. So let's get that out of the way. And I'm 43 years old.
Nice. So yeah, do you think that abortion should be banned? Are you pro-life?
I am pro-life for sure, but I don't think it's as easy of a situation as you kind of make it sound. Like my body, my choice. You know,
It's not even what I'm saying. Stop strawmanning my position. So why do you think abortion should be banned?
Why do I think abortion should not be banned? Why, say it again. Sorry.
Why do you think abortion should be banned?
Because I'm for the innocent that don't have a voice.
Okay. Why should I care about the life of a fetus?
Because it's precious, and it's like who knows what it could.
Okay. Yeah.
could grow
Why is it
could
precious?
grow into?
So like, what trait does the life of a fetus have
Because
that
it's
makes
a
it
human
precious?
being. As it's a human being.
Oh, okay. Do you think that it's?
You were a fetus once. You know
I
that,
sure
right?
was. So do you think that it's morally wrong to like pull the plug on a brain dead patient in a hospital?
No.
Wait, why?
If-
Because the one
If
second.
a family member pulled the plug on somebody that's brain dead, that's gone. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you said that, that would not be wrong to do, but the only thing here is that brain dead patients are both human and alive. So if you're gonna say that
Dude,
life
it's not
is precious,
the same. How are you? You're doing a comparison there. This
Yes.
is somebody that's not going to come back to life. Their brain is gone. They've done their time. Whatever's happened, they're done. You're talking about somebody that's done versus somebody that's has all the potential in the world. Wow, what he's saying?
oh, so you care about the potential
not
of the
the same.
fetus. So you care about the potential of a fetus then? Because when I asked you why you think abortion's wrong, you told me it's wrong for the reason that it's a human. You told me that it's wrong for the reason that it's alive. But all of these same things could be said about a brain dead patient. But now you're arguing that it more so has to
No,
do
that's
with-
not true.
Okay,
Not
so
true.
you're
I think
wrong.
that life starts at conception as well. So
Okay, man, I'm gonna go to repeat myself once again. Let's see if you could track, because you're obviously not tracking right now. You said that the life of a fetus is valuable because it's human and alive. Brain dead patients are also human, and brain dead patients are also alive. So if your logic were to follow, you would also have to value the brain dead patient.
I mean, there still is some value there, yes. But however, if you stop the machine, they pass away.
Just
Now,
like if you stop the biological, metaphorical machine of, the woman
how do you
supplying her
stop
bodily...
that? How do you stop that?
Luna, I appreciate
injecting
you for the
some type of
$10 on
serum?
Venmo. I appreciate you so much. Let's get a W, Luna, for the $10 on Venmo. Thank you so much for the love. Go ahead.
Dude, I'm just saying, how do you? I mean, you're saying the natural progression of life that can be stopped as well. Yeah, if you have no, love for humanity,
Bro,
and
you are such a
mankind,
fucking,
sure.
you are such an emotional man, bro. So
Listen, you don't
specifically
even have a
said-
beard. Don't start cussing at me, child. Okay?
Hey, man, how many continents are there?
Listen to me, bro.
You don't-
Listen.
I may not have a beard, but
You're
you don't have a third grade
child. You're a man child, okay?
No. You're a man child because you're the one that coming up in here.
You're a libtard like Parker.
Oh my! Now you're slurring. So now what we're not going to do is we're not going to use the words such as like the one that you just did, because that is essentially harping on like the R slur, right? And then taking it and turning it into a derogatory term against liberals, which continues to perpetuate ableism. But honestly, dude, I like that is not unexpected out of you and your character. It's fucking detestable. It's gross. It's icky. And in all reality, you are now getting emotional because you've gotten intellectually dunked on by a 19-year-old on TikTok. I may be less than a half of your age, but I'm more than twice as fucking wise, bro, and that's what's relevant here. So if you're gonna come up into my space and make these silly claims just to get debunked in 2 sentences, don't get emotional from it, try to learn from it. But now we got a man baby crying on our live. How typical, bro. And Lindsay, thank you for the $10 on Venmo. Thank you so much for the love, Lindsay. Let's get some W Lindsays in that chat. Thank you so much, Lindsay. W Lindsays all day, every day. So just don't say that word again or I'm going to kick you. Refrain from the use of slurs.
Lib turd? Is that what you said? Don't say?
So I'm going to move on, bro. See, he knew that I was going to kick him there. He didn't want to engage in further intellectual conversation with me, so he just forced my hand by saying that. I mean, how fucking typical. They're not actually coming up here because they're interested in real conversation. They're coming up here because they want to fucking try to show me that their emotions are valuable. But when I tell them that they're not, they get pissed. Hi, Jaden. How old are you?
I'm 17.
Nice, bro. Unfortunately, we are just looking to talk to people that are 18 or above. I do appreciate you for coming up. We're going to move on to our next guest, Noah, at this point. Hey, what's up, Noah? How old are you?
Yo, what's up? I'm 15.
Yeah, you're a fetus yourself. You're defending your own rights. You've got to be an adult to be on TikTok Live. Moving on to our next guest, Edub. Everyone give us a minute. Hey, what's up? How old are you?
44.
Nice. Do you think that abortion should be banned? Are you pro-life?
I kind of go both ways on that.
So I'm asking you if abortion should be illegal, sir. That's all.
Yeah, I know. Well, you didn't let me finish. I said I will go ahead and debate you on that and take the stance of I think it should be.
I mean, do you actually think it should be?
I mean, yeah, I do.
Okay, yeah. Why so?
Because I believe that a baby is alive at conception, and it should be given a chance at life.
Okay. Why?
Because all things should, right?
Okay. Are you a vegan?
Am I a vegan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that the government should force everyone to be a vegan?
No.
Okay, so in a very similar way, you're like a cow deserves the right to life, but it should be legal to kill a cow. So even if you think a fetus deserves the right to life, it should be legal to kill a fetus. Yeah. Jerry, thank you for the $6.66 on Venmo. I appreciate you for the love.
But a cow also, I mean, when people do eat meat or animals, they've had a life, and they're serving a purpose, right? They're feeding somebody. It's not like you're just killing a cow to kill a cow.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and assume that you're not actually vegan, right?
Why is that?
Because you're so obviously not, given your rhetoric.
No, well, just because you don't have to totally disagree with the other side.
Can you show us your fridge?
My fridge? Well, I'm outside right now.
Can you go inside and show us your fridge?
I mean, if you want me to, but that's not part of the conversation.
I do kind of want you to. Let's see that almond milk, buddy.
Oh, you want to see the almond milk?
Yeah.
All right.
I want you to go to your fridge and show us the entire thing.
I don't live by myself, but...
Oh, you don't even have camera access. Never mind, bro. You don't have 1,000 followers.
Yeah, so I know you guys said earlier that, like, you know...
So I'm just going to go and give you my position. So I specifically don't think that the life of a fetus is valuable for the reason that it cannot deploy consciousness. It cannot deploy sentience. And that is the case until 24 gestational weeks. So prior to that point, I don't really care about the life of the fetus, and the mother can exercise her right to bodily autonomy at any point for any reason or no reason at all. Right, and I think that the recognition of this is really important for society as a whole, so we can, not limit, access to healthcare and allow women to exercise their fundamental rights, such as that of bodily autonomy. Then additionally here, when you say that all human life is valuable from the moment of conception until death, this leads us to a couple absurdities. You'd have to say that the life of a brain-dead human is going to be just as valuable as the life of you or I, which is obviously absurd because we wouldn't say it's murder to pull the plug on them. There's also certain forms of birth control that can terminate a human life soon after conception by not allowing it to implant into the uterine lining, such as an IUD. So therefore, you'd also have to say that some women that are on birth control are murderers. And these are all absurd outcomes out of that worldview, and I can't think of a single absurd outcome under my worldview. So all things considered, we should adopt my stance. Okay, hi, are you leaving? Are you leaving? Yeah. He's too stunned to speak. All right. Guys, if you want to support me, my Venmo as well as my PayPal are in my bio. I don't know what's going on. This sucks, guys. Our stream is so severely limited. We were doing just fine earlier. What's up, JD Sharp? Do you think that abortion should be banned? Are you pro-life? Okay, you automatically left. I'm thinking that we're going to change the topic. Hey, what's up? How old are you?
Hello, I'm 18 and soon I will be 19.
Nice. Do you think that abortion should be banned? Are you pro-life?
I think that it should be banned
Okay, why?
because you are killing, like, it's literally killing someone. How to say?
And why is that
It's
wrong? Dude, every single guest comes up here and says this same shit. And I don't know, maybe that's why people aren't like that interested in like watching this live, because every guest has the same argument.
But
Okay, it's killing a fetus. Why is
no,
that wrong?
no. Okay, I'm sorry because I stopped you, but listen. Imagine if you go down the street and some random guy killed someone's baby. Is it
Elizabeth, I
right or
appreciate you
wrong?
for the subscription. That's wrong.
Okay, so what? So it's the same thing, but baby is in, let's say, in mom's tummy. So,
No, it's actually
oh,
not the same thing, because the baby in the mom's tummy, A, is dependent upon her bodily resources to survive. B, does not have the ability to deploy consciousness. And C, was...
okay.
So interrupting me again. Go for it.
I'm sorry. But you say that it's not conscious. What
Yeah.
about people that are on how to say
Comas?
what?
Like people in comas, they're not conscious? What about them?
Can you translate? It's English barrier.
Yeah, so I hold a conjunct. I value all forms of life that would express past or present and future consciousness, and coma patients would fall under that conjunct. So they're accounted for.
Okay, but imagine. Okay, they are not conscious. Same thing as, let's say, some old guy that is, how to say, in coma. He's
So
not conscious.
hey man, so I'm pretty sure we do got a little bit of a language barrier here. Of course, like no harm, no foul. This is not your fault. And but I do appreciate you for coming up here today, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, man. But unfortunately, at this point, I am gonna go ahead and move on.
Okay, good night.
Yeah, have a good one, man. But seriously, like don't worry about it at all. Like that's never your fault. I always want to reiterate that. There's been like a couple times where I've had to remove guests for language barriers, and I never want to make them feel bad. So I just really want to harp strongly on that point that it was not that guy's fault. We are going to go ahead and switch our topic back to why is being a lesbian wrong. We tried to speak on this earlier today, and for whatever reason, like the live wasn't sending, or the live was sending out, we were just kind of getting continually banned. But like now the abortion topic isn't sending out either. Like this is just really shitty here today, y'all. So if you think that being a lesbian is wrong, make sure to hop in those guest requests, y'all. I'm gonna go. I'm just, I want to go ahead and there's 24 people in the Rex right now. If you do not think that being a lesbian is wrong because you were just here to discuss abortion, please leave the requests. So everyone that has a gray box about right there on their phone screen, click it and click leave the queue if you do not think that being a lesbian is wrong. All right, let's move on to our first guest of the night. Let's go ahead and see what they have to say here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go and get Angela up here, y'all. Yo, can we get some W lesbians in the chat? W lesbians? W lesbians? Hell yeah. All right, this guest isn't loading up, so we're going to move on to our next guest at this point. Let's go and see what Aaron has to say. Someone just said, I can't even believe that this is a topic in 2024. I fucking agree with you. It's crazy that people still think that being a lesbian is wrong. What's up, Aaron? How old are you?
Hey, I'm just a teenager.
Nice. You got to be at least 18 to be in TikTok Live. We're going to move on to our next guest at this point. Let's go and see what Dirty Bike Smasher has to say here, y'all. Yo, W TikTok Shop, by the way. Let's get a W TikTok Shop in that comment section, everyone. W TikTok Shop, hell yeah. Everyone go check out the W TikTok Shop. Man, trying anything to get the live to send out here. All right, this guest isn't loading in. We're going to move on to our next guest here. Hey, what's up, Jason? How old are you?
18.
Nice. 1 second. Madison, thank you for the $20 on PayPal. Let's get a
Yeah,
W
go
Madison in
Madison.
that chat. 1 second. Let's get a W Madison in that chat. Thank you so much for the $20 on PayPal. Massive W Madison, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What's up, Jason? How old are you?
18.
Nice. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong, sir?
No, of course it's not. It's your decision. You should be proud.
So it is not a decision. I thought I'd go ahead and clear that up. Our sexual orientations are an innate aspect of our being, no different than the color of our hair or the size of our shoe. So yeah, moving on. But he didn't think it's wrong. He was just a little confused on the specifics there. We're going to move on to our next guest here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to get Truth is back up in the live here today. Let's go ahead and see what they have to say. We're just going to laugh at them real quick. Here's some crazy views. All right, let's go and get them up in here. Everyone just give us a second. All right, Truth is back is not loading in, so we're going to go and move on to our next guest here. I don't know why no one is loading in. We're honestly just going to... Hey, what's up, Lame? How old are you?
Oh,
Got
18.
a mustache. Nice. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
I actually have a question about that.
I'm asking you, are you we can have a conversation, but do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
Maybe.
Okay, they obviously don't. Hennessy, hi. Yo, Rice, thank you so much for the galaxy. W. Rice, I think. By the way, sorry if I'm wrong about that. W. Rice in that comment section, thank you so much for the galaxy. I love you. What's up, Hennessy? Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
Actually, I am a lesbian, but I'm forced to think it's wrong because of my parents.
Hennessy, you
Oh,
were not forced
God.
to think it's wrong because of your hip. So do you, like, how do you feel about it? You personally, do you think it's wrong?
Well, she always come with the, you have to reproduce and do this. She always wants me to talk to a guy, but I have a girlfriend and, like, she tells me, oh, you don't want to do that. It's wrong. And
Hey,
I kind of
Hennessy,
lost my relationship because of that.
do you have Discord by chance?
No,
You should, well, first of all, how old are you?
I'm 21.
Awesome. So yeah, you should download Discord and join mine. And maybe like there's a lot of people in there that can give you, probably someone to talk to you about this topic. I mean, or you could just kind of continue to watch my debates and try to get the counter arguments yourself. But I mean, this is something that I discuss often. And I wouldn't doubt it if, the next guest I pull up thinks that being a lesbian is wrong because they can't reproduce. And we could go over that and hopefully you could try to take something away from it to teach your mom a thing or two. But I appreciate you for coming up, Hennessy.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You as well. We're going to go to move on to our next guest at this point. That's so sad, guys. That bums me the fuck out. That bums me out. What's up, Brayden? How old are you?
19.
Nice. You got a lot of background noise, so I'm going to go to move on to the next guest. Let's go and see what Deltron has to say. Deltron. Whoa. Dalton. Hey, how old are you?
I am
A fetus.
16.
You are not even 16. That was a lie. You were lying about your age, and you were still not meeting the minimum age requirement for the live. Wow. Hey, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 20.
Nice. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
I do.
Okay. And what year were you born, by the way?
I was born in the year 2002.
Okay, so you were 13, actually, quite frankly.
Nine.
So goodbye. We're gonna go and get our next guest, Joshua, up in here. Gosh, damn it. I swear, the fetuses love this topic. I mean, hey, if you're a kid out there, I hope that you are taking something positive away from this live. Deconstruct your prejudice before it's too late. What's up, Joshua? How old are you?
I am 22.
Nice. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
Yes.
Okay, why so?
It goes against the agenda of God and it goes to the agenda of the devil.
Oh, good lord. So you are indoctrinated into a fake faith, and you use this fake faith to persecute everyone that's a part of the LGBTQ+.
What evidence do you have to say that that what I believe in is fake? Anyways.
Yeah, so I have a two-premise argument here. If the Christian God were to exist, then pro-tato evils do not. The second premise would be pro-tato evils do exist, and the conclusion would be the Christian God does not exist. That's a pretty
Oh,
philosophical.
you did not even speak English just now. You did not even speak.
I mean, we have like other reasons as well. I mean, like we have an argument born out of perfection. Like it doesn't make any sense to say that a perfect God would desire to exist in the state of affairs different than him existing alone.
I'll say this.
Then
Now that
I'm not done, dude. I'm literally not done.
I know.
There's also
I know
there's
what
all
I'm saying.
okay, Joshua, you're going on mute now. There's also like certain contradictions that we could point out in the Bible. There's also like a lack of historicity to support the resurrection of Jesus, but more so there just isn't sufficient reason to believe that the Christian God exists. And because you're the one that is positing this positive claim, you would hold the burden of proof. But you know what, man? I got a better question for you. Can you name one verse in the Christian Bible that tells us being a lesbian is wrong?
Oh, okay. You muted me.
I did because you were over talking me. That's what happens. Yeah.
No, I can't really name a Bible verse right now. I don't know my Bible verses right now. Not right now.
Okay, so then how do you know that being a lesbian is wrong according to God if you can't give me
I just
specific
told you
scripture to say so?
it goes to the agenda of the devil.
I know,
And
but how do you know that? How do you know that it doesn't go to the agenda of God? How do you know that God didn't want some women to be lesbian?
because God wanted us to be fruitful and reproduce. And the
Oh, is it
devil
wrong for me to marry an infertile woman?
Is that everything you say, bro? Really?
Do you have a response to my question? If you've heard it a billion times, you should have a response, right?
Is it wrong if you are in love with an infertile woman?
Yeah, would it be wrong for me to marry her?
No.
So that's why it is the best response to this argument. There's no difference between me marrying an infertile woman and a woman marrying a woman when we're talking about reproductive capabilities. Like neither of
I
these two
said the
relationships are going to yield
agenda.
reproduction.
It's not a. It's up to you guys if you want to make children. I said the agenda.
What agenda?
Us growing up as black men and white men, cousins actually.
Where did
we
race
have to
come into the
see.
picture?
It isn't about race. It's just we're both under the same. How do you say? We both came from Adam and Eve, bro. We all came from Adam and Eve, literally. If and I know you don't believe in
So
it.
you
don't even
are
believe in Adam and Eve.
not detailing to me the agenda. So I gave you a counter argument. You said it's wrong for two women to marry because they can't reproduce, but yet it's not wrong for me to marry an infertile woman even though we can't reproduce. There's literally no distinction here.
Okay.
And then you said it's not about that, it's about the agenda. So I'm asking you what the agenda is. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think a quote unquote GAY or LGBTQ plus agenda exists. Because, sexual orientation, such as being a lesbian, just merely describes that they're attracted to other women. Like, their sexual attractions are an ideology? What?
Alright, I'm probably gonna get, blacklisted for saying this, but the agenda is that the devil wants no future for our
Hey,
children.
are you 16?
I just told you I'm 22. I'm basically older than you.
What year were you born in?
2001.
Okay. Wow. Good job, chat. I don't know how y'all know this shit. I actually have no clue how y'all know this shit. But y'all are right. Every time. What's up, brother? How old are you?
I'm 20.
Nice. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
Religiously, yes.
And what's your religion?
I'm Christian.
Name a verse in the Christian Bible that says being a lesbian is wrong.
Do you want me to name the exact verse? Because I'm not a pastor. I could look it up, but it does say not to.
So you can't. Okay. So
it does
Leviticus
say
18:22, Leviticus 20:13, Genesis 1:19, Romans 1:24 through 32, 1 Corinthians 6:9.
Right, so you know them, so it's kind of irrelevant for you to tell.
No, the reason I specifically asked you is because you don't know them and you're the Christian.
No, I know them. I just don't know the verse off the top of my head. That doesn't change the relevancy or the truth behind it.
Are you sure that you follow the Bible when it comes to morality?
What do you mean by that question? Can we stick to the topic?
No, we are. You're saying that the Bible says it's wrong. So we are definitely discussing the topic.
No, I said the reason why I believe being a lesbian is wrong is because of religious speaking. If God wasn't real, then I would say
yeah. So in other words, you believe it's wrong because the Bible says so.
Okay, so continue. What's your point? I
don't think that the Bible is going to be a reliable standard for morality, and I think that I can demonstrate this to be true even through your eyes with the following argument. Do you think that slavery, in the sense of one human owning another human as property for life and beating them, has been wrong always?
So you're suggesting that the Bible says that slavery is okay?
Oh, yes, definitely.
No, it doesn't. But
hold on. Bible on you by chance?
No, but I also want to respond to one point that you've been making with the
Okay.
infertile.
So I
That's
will just sidebar the slavery for now. Feel free to make your point. I'm following. We're kind of pivoting here, but I'll allow you to do it.
okay.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
So whenever you mention a woman being infertile, that's completely different than a woman being choosing to be lesbian and choosing not to have children, rather than a woman that's infertile. She doesn't have the choice in the first place. So I don't really understand the argument.
So I'm actually the analogy is being made to me as a man choosing to marry an infertile woman. But on the bigger scale, being a lesbian is not a choice, and it's just so silly that people find it to be so. Like
It's not
for
a.
instance,
It's
can you
okay.
choose to
Continue.
get sexually aroused by me right now?
Right, but I can choose not to indulge in those actions. Being essentially born lesbian does not
Bro.
damn you to hell. It's the active acting on those desires. I could be born a sociopath and want to kill people. That doesn't mean I have to act on those desires. It doesn't.
Wait, when I act on my desire to engage in intercourse with my infertile wife, is that me choosing to engage in sexual action that doesn't lead to procreation?
Right, but being infertile isn't a sin, and again, that has
Well,
nothing to do
remember,
with your
we're not
points you just
talking
made.
about the infertile woman. Respond to my question. If I, as a fertile man, choose to engage in intercourse with an infertile woman, is that me choosing to engage in sex that does not lead to reproduction?
I never mentioned anything about sex not leading to reproduction. I just mentioned that it's a sin in the Bible.
So what was the point of bringing up the infertility point? Because that is a
Because
counter argument. 1 second. That is specifically a counter
no,
argument.
that's your counter argument. That's your counter.
So 1
You
second.
use
You will
infertility
wait.
as a counter argument.
You will wait. You will wait.
You use it as a
So
counter.
when I is but what do I use that as a counter argument to? That's a very relevant question here.
So you just had to say
you
I'm
will
counter-arguing.
you will
You're a
wait.
counter-argument.
You will wait. Thank you for the hand hearts.
You're a corn. I'm waiting. What am
So
I
that's
waiting for?
specifically a counter argument to the claim that it's wrong to engage in lesbian intercourse as it does not lead to reproduction. And that is a specific counter argument that I use on a guess in which will make said argument, as it demonstrates that they do not find it wrong for me to engage in intercourse with an infertile woman, even though it can't lead to reproduction. So I'm not so sure what the point of you mentioning that was, as this does not pertain to your reason why.
Okay,
you
so
think
the
being a lesbian
point
is wrong.
of that was because you tried to just say I was the one counter arguing when in fact you're the one counter arguing. When somebody says being lesbian is wrong, and then they'll say, well, even if they make the point saying that okay, being with a lesbian is wrong, it doesn't bring babies into the world, and then you try to counter argue that, saying that well, a woman isn't fertile. They don't have the difference is they literally are choosing not. There's a difference between choosing not to do something and being incapable of doing something. A lesbian woman is capable, unless she's infertile, of having children, where an infertile person is not capable. They don't have the choice to do that.
So I just don't think you really understand the analogy the best. The specific analogy would be comparing me to a lesbian, because I'm a fertile man that's choosing to marry a woman that will make it so I can never bear children from sex with her. So we're actually not comparing the lesbian to the infertile woman. We'd be comparing the lesbian to me as the fertile man. So I just don't know how that's not
Sorry, make
clear.
that point one more time.
So when I like raise this analogy, we're not comparing the lesbian to the infertile woman. We're comparing the lesbian to the fertile man, okay? So you're saying that they choose to be in this relationship where they know that they'll never be able to reproduce with their partner, even though they could choose otherwise, which, by the way, I reject. I don't think that they would be able to choose to be in a relationship with a man, and the sufficient reason for this would be they're just simply not sexually aroused by men, and I think that's demonstrably true. But regardless of that point, when I, as a fertile man, choose to be with an infertile woman over a fertile woman, that is me doing exactly what you're describing, choosing to be in a relationship where I can't reproduce when I could have chosen to be in a relationship
Right,
where I
but
can.
whenever a fertile man chooses to, as you're saying, chooses to be with a woman that's infertile, they're not indulging in sin.
So now
Whereas if you're lesbian,
see, now you're bringing in your argument here, because once again, the infertile woman point, that analogy
I see your point.
only
I see your point,
pertains
but-
only
but this is
pertains
my
to the
argument.
1 second. Let me finish. That only pertains to the argument that it's wrong because it doesn't yield reproduction. But now you are superimposing your position, in which I would never respond to with the infertile argument. Okay? How I specifically respond
Okay,
to
I
your
see your
position
point.
that it's a sin according to the Christian Bible is with this.
So
We have
you-
no good reason to believe that the Christian Bible is accurate in describing to us what is morally right and wrong, unless it were to be the case that the Christian God exists.
So you
now
agree-
please give me an argument that shows that the Christian God exists.
So you agree that you cannot use that argument if I'm referring to sin, right?
Yeah. Hey, that's why
Okay.
I didn't bring it up.
Okay,
You're
good
the one
girl.
that brought this up.
I was just making sure.
What did you just say?
I would say good job, just making sure that wasn't your point. So what was your saying? Now I have to prove that God exists to you.
I mean, yeah, the Bible's only going to be able to accurately describe to us what's morally right and wrong if the Christian
No,
God exists.
I mean,
so go ahead and give us an argument for the existence of the Christian God. We're all waiting.
you've had plenty of these arguments, I'm sure, with plenty of Christians and people, and they can't really get it through your head. And I'm not the greatest debater on this topic, but I just wanted to discuss that.
I could see. Is this where you run away because you can't actually prove the existence of your God?
I just wanted to discuss the point you're making because it didn't make sense.
So I'm just going to go ahead and make a point, and if you interrupt me, I'm going to mute you. So try to control yourself. Thank you.
I don't know.
So there we go.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So yeah, here's the point. You want to use the Christian Bible to persecute and marginalize not only lesbians, but the entirety of the LGBTQ plus community. But as soon as you talk to someone that is rational and tries to acquaint themselves with reason, logic, and fact, you fold under any pressure. You can't give me any reason to believe that the Christian God exists, so therefore you can't give me any reason to believe that the Bible's accurate in describing to us what is morally right and wrong. And even on top of that, if the Bible were to be accurate in describing what's morally right and wrong, well, then you'd have to find genocide to not always be wrong, because God commanded that in 1 Samuel 15:3. You'd have to say that chattel slavery hasn't always been wrong, because God said that that wasn't wrong in Leviticus 25:44 through 46. You'd have to say sometimes grape is okay, because specifically in Ephesians 6 or Ephesians 7, God commands, the Benjamites to grape the women of another group in which they had just ethnically cleansed. You'd have to say that forced abortions are good, because in Numbers, God says that we should forcefully commit women who have committed adultery against their husbands and gotten pregnant to get abortions. Like, there's so many issues here, but you can't even get past the first one, which is proving the existence of the Christian God. So I'd love to engage in a conversation with you about all these things, but I'm pretty sure before I started my little preach here, you had said that you will not, and you just wanted to come up and address that one point. But I don't think the correct statement is you will not debate me on it. The correct statement would be you cannot debate me on it.
How do I... Is my mic on? Hello?
Sure, sir.
Okay. So right there, you just projected your ego onto me, because I'd understand if I initially joined the live and I said, okay, I'm going to prove to you why this is wrong because God is, and I started with the God argument. But the whole reason why I joined was because I heard you making an argument and it didn't make any logical sense. So once we both came to an agreement that it didn't make any logical sense, if you were referring to a certain point, then the argument was over. And then you try to project me, oh, well, see, you can't prove the existence of God, so they like to run away. That was never my argument in the first place. Now, if I came in saying I'm gonna prove God is real, then you would be valid to say that. But you want to get these...
I don't even know how people get this delusional.
Wait, so you can interrupt me, but I can't interrupt you.
1 second, sir. You came up here and you told me that being a
so
lesbian is wrong.
Hey, you see what you do. You
Sir,
try to get an ego over thousands
I
of
definitely
people
let you
watching
speak.
and try
I
to
am
misinterpret
specifically
what
interrupting
people
you
are
for the
doing,
reason that
and
you're
it doesn't work.
misrepresenting the entirety of our
You can
conversation.
interrupt people, but I get it. It's okay.
I mean,
I
sir,
understand.
so I mean, like, first of all, I definitely do have the right to interrupt you, as this is my platform. I try to be very gracious with this and allow, like, the guests such as you to speak. However, you did just make a point that was evidently clear, so I just want to go ahead and make that known. You came up in here and you said that you think being lesbian is wrong for religious purposes. I then asked you for a verse in the Christian Bible that reiterated that point. You couldn't give me one, so I educated you, and then you pivoted in strawman to an argument about infertility. I then addressed your pivot to the argument from infertility. By the way, if you were watching closely, when you first did that, I even fucking called it a pivot. And now we are going back to the main subject at hand. But instead of you actually challenging your own preconceived beliefs against the LGBTQ+, against you, and instead of you challenging your lack of reason to find it to be the case that the Christian God exists, you just want to gaslight and manipulate and lie. But I think that's absolutely expected out of individuals with your character, due to the fact that in order to even hold this prejudice against lesbians in the first place, it is necessary that you don't reference reason. It's necessary that you don't reference logic or fact when you are building your beliefs, or else you wouldn't hold the prejudice at all. So I'm going to go ahead and ask you a simple question. Your response will be yes or no. And if your response is no, I will be moving on to the next guess. Are you able to give me any reason to believe that the Christian God is real in order to justify your argument that being lesbian is wrong because the Bible says so? Yes or no?
Yes.
So do it.
Okay, so to continue with what you were just saying, the whole reason why I joined again was to talk about the logical inconsistency of the argument if you were referring to the argument that I initially stated. Now, we
Okay.
both
Hey,
agree
Lag, what the fuck? You
that it
said you could
switched.
justify the existence of the Christian God.
Yes,
so
I
do
can.
it.
I
I'm
can,
waiting.
I'd
Chat,
like
do we hear him justifying the existence of the Christian God?
Can you let me speak?
I asked you a question,
right, and
I
answering
want
the
you to stay
question.
on
I'm
subject. The only reason I'm interrupting you now is because you are refusing to stay on subject. You said lesbian wrong because God. So give me an argument for God. I will stop interrupting you. I will let you talk. I will let you speak, and I will stop putting you on mute if you can stay on subject. With the subject being your argument for the existence of the Christian God. I have no problem with sitting back and listening to you if you can stay on track. So let's see if you're capable of that. Go ahead and give me your argument for the existence of the Christian God.
Right, and I love to do that, and I want to do that, and that's what I'm trying to do. But once you frame somebody a certain way and make accusations, like if I was to say, "Oh, this guy's murdered somebody,"
so you're going
now
off the topic once again.
Question.
So see, this is what happens. This is why we mute people. When they get off topic, they get put back on track by me forcefully. Last chance. Third strike. It's not fun anymore. Give me the argument for the existence of the Christian God, or I'm moving on. You'll have to unmute yourself. Click on your profile picture and click the icon of the mic.
Hello?
Hey, so go ahead and give me that argument.
Everybody's saying let him talk. Why do you keep muting me, man?
Oh, I feel like I've demonstrated my reasoning to be quite clear. I continue to mute you because you are unable to address the topic at hand.
No, I'm able to do it. I'm completely able to do it. You just say
so
stuff
then
and then say yes or no. You can't put me in yes or no parameters. How much
I'm actually not giving you a yes or no. I'm giving you the stage to give me an argument for the existence of the Christian God.
You said many things about me and then said, now yes
Will
or no.
you
Don't
cook
respond
and give
to
us
those
the
things
argument?
you just said about me. Yes or no, answer this question. That's
I guess
unfair.
Let's see where this gets us, chat. Let's see if
unfair.
this gets us to him giving us an argument for God. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So thank you for that. So initially, you're making all these statements about me being a certain way. You have all these people in here, and you like to use it to build your ego. So it would be like me, for instance, saying this guy has. I don't know if I don't want to say it on TikTok. I don't know if this guy has done things with minors and said all these things about you, and then now I'm like, but you can't respond to that. Answer this question, yes or no. That you can't expect anybody to just disregard everything you just said about them and answer in your parameters. Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah, I don't think that literally anything was discarded. So I still want to give you the mic to give me the argument for God.
You are disregarding when you say you cannot respond to the things I just said about you. Now answer this question.
Just respond to the things that you said so you can give me the argument for God. I don't care. Just do what you need to do, brother. I just want the argument.
Yeah, I'm making my argument. I'm asking you a question. Do you understand how it's unfair for you to practically demonize people or use them to build up your ego and then say, you cannot respond to this?
Okay, so you're just claiming shit that's untrue, then ask me if it's unfair. I
mean,
don't think I did any of those things. Give me the argument for God.
Everybody in the live has seen it. And then you put me in the parameters of a yes or no question.
Okay, man, I'm going on mute so you can give me your argument for the existence of the Christian God.
I was asking you a question as a part of my argument.
What's the question?
Do you think it's fair for you to label people as certain things and then not allow them to respond to things you just labeled them as, and then say, no, you can't respond to that. Answer this question, yes or no. Do you think that's fair or unfair?
There's not been a point in this conversation where I've labeled you as
okay. Do you think that what I just stated is fair or unfair?
Lag. I am going to need you to give me an argument for the existence of the Christian God. Chat, everyone. I'm like showing y'all right now that this guy actually fucking can't. Like, I'm literally showing everyone right. Let's get some baby bottles for this man. No. Let's get some baby bottles in the chat right now. I sat the fuck back. I put my microphone on mute. And I gave this man the fucking stage to just give me an argument for the existence of the Christian God. He literally cannot do it. He has no reason. Hey, Lag, do you think it's unfair to perpetuate harm, persecution, and marginalization against lesbians who are born with a trait that you deem is wrong in its essence, which then leads to the demonization of the community as a whole and the marginalization of them societally speaking? Yes or no? Do you think it's unfair for you to hold a belief in God in which you can't justify, in which you can't substantiate, in which you can't give any reason for just so you could hide your prejudice against lesbians? Yes or no? Do you think that it's unfair for you to come up here and make scripturally based claims about the Bible that say being a lesbian is wrong, with you then unable to give me a single verse in the Bible that says being a lesbian is wrong? Yes or no? It seems like we both have a bunch of yes and no questions, but I want to disregard them fucking all to have you give me your argument for the existence of the Christian God. That is all that I want. You've said 3-4 times now that that's something you can do. So guys, let's just go ahead and get some baby bottles spammed in that chat until he actually does it. I'm going to give him the mic. I want to hear the argument for the existence of the Christian God.
All right. So you like I said before, you gaslight people into answering in the ways that you want to be answered, and that's unfair. With what you just did, you keep saying yes or no, yes or no.
Lag, can you give the verse for the existence of the Christian God or not?
Whenever I don't say
hey,
it.
Lag, can you or can you not give an argument for the existence of the Christian God?
So when I first came in the live,
Lag, can you or can you not
lag?
Can you or can you not give an argument for the existence of the Christian God? This is so terrible. More baby bottles. Can you give an argument for the existence of the Christian God, yes or no?
Bro, you can't gaslight me into
Lag,
answering
can
the way
you
you
give
want.
an argument for the existence
You
of the Christian God?
can't gaslight me into answering the way you want.
Lag,
That's not how this works.
This is not
I don't fall
me
for that.
gaslighting you.
I'm not that easy.
Dude, look at him, chat. Spam the baby bottles. Yo, Lindsay, thank you so much for the $5 on Venmo. Let's go. W Lindsay in that chat. Lindsay says, Lag cannot give an argument. Massive W Lindsay. Also, yo, Rip Parker. Let's get some L TikToks going in that chat. Massive L TikTok. Everyone coming in for Parker's stream. I'm so sorry that he got taken down. Parker, if you're watching right now, just shoot me a text with how long you got banned for. I don't have my laptop, so I can't text you on there. Just shoot me the text and I'll see it on my screen. So, Lag, go ahead and give me your argument for the existence of the Christian God, buddy boo.
Bro, you can't gaslight
Ian,
me.
thank you for the glowing jellyfish. I appreciate you for the love. Sorry, continue. I got a gift. Continue.
So when I first came in, the whole reason why my initial argument.
Sam, thank you for the $10 on Venmo.
Sam,
let's get a W. 1 second. 1 second. Be quiet.
TikTok,
1 second. 1 second. Sam, thank you for the $10 on Venmo. I really appreciate you for the love. W Sam in the chat. W Sam, I appreciate you so much. Also, guys, Parker got a week ban for misinfo. I'll keep you all updated and let you know if it gets appealed. But seriously, massive W Sam for the $10 on Venmo. If anyone else wants to support me, my Venmo, my PayPal are in the bio. Go ahead.
Love the support. Love the support. Love the support, guys.
Go ahead.
Okay, hopefully nobody donates, so I don't get muted
Tasha, thank you for the $5 on Venmo. W Tasha. Sorry, go ahead. Continue.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure I didn't get muted.
I just had to thank Tasha.
I get it. I get it.
I see Peyton, thank you for the anarts. Continue.
Do I get muted?
No,
I'm just no. It's like if I see a galaxy, I just want to stop talking because I know I'm gonna get muted. I might as well.
I'm waiting on your argument for the existence of the Christian God.
So initially, when I came in, my whole this is what I mean by you keep trying to gaslight me into answering a certain way. I made an initial argument.
I don't care about your emotions. Give me an argument for the existence
I'm not making it. I'm not using emotions. I made an initial argument.
Oh my dear God! Thank you so much for the corgi. Let's get some. Troy, thank you so much for the $20 on Venmo. Troy says you're awesome, bud. Keep it up. I love you, Troy. Thank you so much for the $20 on Venmo. Massive W, Troy, in that comment section.
Show some love over
I
here.
appreciate you so much for the love, Troy.
I need a love over
All
here.
right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of a game show. This yapper has been up here for too long, and he's been unable to answer my questions, so we're going to go ahead and give him 3 strikes. So this man said that being a lesbian is wrong because his Bible says so, and I've been asking him for an argument that... and he left. He left. L fucking guess. He couldn't handle the heat. We're going to go to move on to our next guest, but y'all, everyone that did come in from Parker's stream, he got a week ban for misinfo. I'm going to keep y'all updated, and he's going to let me know if he doesn't get that appealed. What's up, Dawson? How old are you? All right, Dawson is not here, so we're going to go to move on to our next guest. Dude, he just left. What a fucking L, bro. What an L. He ran from the heat, chat. See, that's what they do, y'all. What an L. What a runner, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, hello.
What's up? How old are you?
Hey, I'm 18.
Nice. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong, sir?
No, not at all. Although, please
Awesome.
don't...
I do appreciate you for coming. I'm so sorry, man. I am only looking to talk to people that do disagree. If you wanted to like tell me something or get a message across there, feel free to join my Discord. The link is in the bio. We have an awesome community in there where you could ask me anything. What's up? How do you?
I'm 18. I'm 18.
Nice. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
No, I just want to say I love all lesbians.
Okay, interesting. W guess, I think. We're going to move on to our next guest. Y'all keep in mind if we are in the guest request that we do have to think that this is wrong because we are just looking for some debates. Guys, look at all the like emotional little piss boys in the comment section spamming L host. Get dunked on. I'm smarter than y'all. I'm so sorry. Prejudice is weak. I don't know what to tell you. What's up? How old are you? All right, Tiffany's not here. We're going to move on to our next guest. Jason, thank you so much for the $5 on Venmo. Jason says, handing out those Friday L's. You know how it goes. Lauren, thank you so much for the $34 on Venmo. Guilty on all 34 charges. That is what I'm talking about. $34 on Venmo from Lauren. Absolutely massive W convictions. Trump is now a felon on all 34 charges, and I appreciate you for that love. W34 in the comment section. W34 all day, every day, baby. Moving on to our next guest here, y'all. We're going to still try to find someone to have a debate on this topic with. It's been a little bit difficult. We've just been dealing with emotional humans all day. So that's a lot. That's not that much fun, but, here we are. We're toughing it through. Hey, what's up? How old are you? Hello.
Oh, hey, bro, I ain't gonna count. I love lesbian porn type shit, bro.
Yeah, that's gross. Stop the over-sexualization of trans women. How do you feel if your sexual attractions were over-sexualized by very horny men? Not too good? Huh, maybe you shouldn't do it to others in turn. Hey, how old are you? All right, they're not here. Guys, we're just going to start speed running through the guests. Here. What's up? How old are you?
18.
Nice. What year were you born in?
2005.
Nice. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
No, I don't.
Well, W, but I am just looking for people that disagree. Please mind my words, chat. It kind of just slows us down a bit when you come up here and you don't disagree. We are just looking for some debates. Man, I love all the emotional people spamming L host. What's up? How old are you?
16.
Nice. You got to be 18 to do TikTok Live. Guys, we have 2 rules for the guest request. The first rule is you got to be at least 18, and the second rule is you got to think being a lesbian is wrong. If we could follow those rules, we could have an awesome day of debates, y'all. So please, please, please help me out and help everyone watching out by just simply following those rules here today. We're going to move on to our next guest. What is going on, Parker? How we doing?
Well, that's good, man. Just got banned for misinformation for a week. Gotta love that, bro. It's like literally every single time my live is doing good, bro. Like, TikTok hates me. Did you see I had a 22% following today?
That's awesome. I wonder what it looked like at 10, dude. That would imagine what it would look like at 10. Yeah, seriously, let's get an L TikTok spam for banning Parker, y'all.
Yeah, it's super unfortunate, everyone.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on?
Hopefully I don't lose it for a week.
Yeah, I'm hoping that a ban will get appealed. Hey, what's up? How old are you?
18.
Nice. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
Yes.
Okay, why so?
But first, wait, can I ask a question first?
I guess.
I'm just wondering, why are you talking about, like, being a lesbian is wrong or whatever? Because you're a man.
I am a man.
Like,
hey.
should we talking about, like, guys?
Hey,
like, being
well,
gay
we
or
actually
something?
can't because of TikTok. TikTok bans you from seeing GAY. That's one thing, too. Also, I think that lesbians deserve representation within our topics as well.
Right, and I don't think just because we would fall out of that community doesn't mean we can't advocate for them. Like, for instance, real quick, I'll give you an analogy.
Like, we're also not GAY men, so it's also like we also fall out of that community. So it's like if you're arguing that, well, then we couldn't argue this topic either or.
Yeah, I got a quick tree of questions for you. But first, Tracy, thank you for the $20 on Venmo. Let's get some W Tracy's. Thank you so much for the support. I love you, Tracy. Thank you. W Tracy's for the $20 on Venmo. But hey, real quick, what's your
And
race?
Amber, it definitely wasn't anything you said. You're fine. Don't worry.
Oh, hey, what's your race? Don't worry, it'll make sense.
Wait.
Do you think that racism against black people is bad?
I don't really care.
You are not laughing at that, girl. Girl, you need to. What the fuck is wrong with you? It's not. That's not even a. That's not a funny joke.
Oh my god! I'm so scared. Girl is joking.
Gross.
Do you think racist jokes are okay?
No.
Okay, well, you just engaged in a racist joke, therefore you don't
No,
think
I
it's
didn't.
okay.
No, I didn't.
That was. You just argued that racism is okay.
It was a joke.
That's still a racist joke, is it not?
Sure.
Right, so if you think racist jokes are wrong, right, then the joke you just made you think is wrong.
No.
Okay, you're just irrational
Cognitive
then.
dissonance.
That's just literally irrational. You
What?
accepted the premises, but didn't accept the conclusion that follows given the premises.
Okay, so what do you want me to say?
Girl, I would just say literally don't fucking use racist jokes. Like
Why are you
that's
saying girl? Like, shut up, are you gay or something?
Bro,
what?
she's gonna
I
get
have
the
a
live flag.
girlfriend and I pick up on her terminology.
And then
Sorry, my bad.
That's also harmful because what she's doing is associating like being gay with femininity, which is another like
Exactly.
homophobic stereotype.
Literally.
Gerard, thank you so much for the $17 on
Same
Venmo.
here. Thank you so much. One side of the coin, 17. That's 34. So
I got-
34 felony charges.
Yeah, I got the other side of the coin. Yo, W Gerard, thank you so much. W34, y'all. We got our next guest loading in. I'm gonna just take a guess that last guest was not an adult.
By the way, everyone wondering, I did get banned, everyone. It is really unfortunate. I don't know why TikTok is like this. I'll keep y'all updated if I do get my account back. Right now, it seems like I don't have any response, which is really sad.
I really hope you get that back, man. Your live was doing great. For
This
real.
is June 7th.
That's just ridiculous.
I would cry.
Hey, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 18.
Nice. What year were you born in? We just got to double check for TikTok.
2005.
Awesome. Yeah. Do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
Yes.
Okay. Why so?
I just think it's wrong.
Yeah, but do you have any reason?
Not really.
But do you understand how
So you're just homophobic? You're just prejudiced against people who are lesbian?
No.
Okay, well, you said you have no reason, yet you consider it wrong. That's quite literally prejudice against people who are lesbian.
I thought you meant you consider it wrong.
I don't even understand how we can.
No, we don't.
I'm just moving on. Like there comes a point. Like I can't even understand how she would rationally like reach that conclusion. So it's
I don't even understand that either.
Yeah, so we just got to move on at that point. Yo, honestly, Parker, how long were you gonna stay on live?
I'll probably be on until 6, another hour and 30 minutes. So if anything, I'll just stay here.
Want to switch to the Trump topic?
I mean, you can if you want, but I think you'll lose people. I would say.
Okay. What's up, LJ? How do you?
Because you started on this. Kick him. Ah!
I'm just worried about the live getting taken down. That's all, because it tends to be the case whenever we run this topic that the live ends up getting taken down. So,
I mean, if you do want to swap, I'm fine with that.
It's a possibility. It's a possibility.
We can definitely do that. I think you'll be able to catch on some people or most people. I think, but you will. I think we will drop a little bit. I just don't know if it'll keep sending out because following glitch on this account sometimes when I join. But it did seem to go up. So.
Yeah. No. We're doing good so far. Hey guys, we're gonna go ahead and do a quick poll. Honestly, if the majority of y'all want to stay on this topic, we'll stay.
I can send you the what's it called? The background if you would like it.
Yeah.
Because it's a really good one. Matt made this.
That is an awesome background. Hey, so guys. Okay, just slurred.
I'm just gonna start doing that from now on.
Good. That is active.
Because my mic is louder than yours.
Yes, it is. I've
not yours. My mic is louder than theirs. My bad.
No, I have a quiet mic, so but I did get your point there.
Nigger. I think is it effective, chat? Is it effective?
That time you there's a second too late.
It was a second too late.
Hey,
was it
how old are
effective
you?
though?
It was effective. We'll give you that. Hey, how old are you?
I'm 19.
Nice. What year were you born in?
2004.
Okay.
People said it's not effective. Okay, I'll try. I'm just gonna do it anyway.
Yeah. Hey, TJ, do you think that being a lesbian is wrong?
Yeah.
Okay, why so, TJ?
Like exactly what Lag said, which will lead to the point of how does Christ prove that God exists, right?
Okay, are you saying it's wrong for religious reasons? So yeah, we just simply ask you for an argument to demonstrate that the Christian God exists.
How do you want better? Prove to me that God doesn't exist.
Okay, well, I'll fucking take that one. You believe in the Christian God, right?
Yeah.
Do you believe in Noah's flood?
Yeah.
Do you believe it would be good for God to torture and kill babies?
No.
In any context? No?
No.
Okay, so in the flood, right, he drowned babies that existed at the time, right? Would you agree that a parent that takes their kid's head, puts it in the toilet, and drowns them until they die, right? Do you think that they're torturing that kid to death?
Yes.
Okay, so that would be God by drowning the whole planet, him torturing kids to death.
Well,
Now, you said that
well,
that's bad in every context, therefore, it's
yeah.
not possible for the Christian God
During
to be good.
during the time of Noah, the average human lifespan was like 750 years old. Noah died when he was 950. And if let me just give you this instance. If a
We can
person is
address how
raised,
incoherent that is. I'm talking about infants that got murdered
yes,
and tortured to death by your God.
I'm going to say that that was an act of mercy because
Bro, you're saying God torturing them to death was an act of mercy?
he didn't torture them because of
Wait,
imagine.
you agreed that taking the head and putting it in a toilet, drowning them to death, was torturing them to death.
Papa, let me land. Um, what do you if someone is raised from an abusive household? Would the child inherit some abusive characters?
They could?
They could, or they would.
They could. They might not. So saying
What do
they
you
would
mean?
is not true.
Now, during the time of Noah, they were all the people, the parents, the adults. They were all evil, like hardcore evil. Now, imagine that to the children. They
Wait, so
obviously
you
would
could have
go.
teleported these children to a different point in history and they could have been raised in our culture.
That is good. If okay, then God could just have not created anybody. If
No,
he used
God could
that
have just
analogy.
teleported them to the future. Because again,
Why?
you're saying that
Why?
God needed to torture these babies to death. Either he could have poofed them to heaven, or he could have sent them to our time period.
Now that's the thing. Why would he do that when he can just kill them?
Dude! Dude, maybe so he doesn't have to torture innocent infants? I don't know. Maybe that is an expectation of what a good God would do. I have a
That's the
question.
thing.
Let's just
The bad
imagine a
things will
hypothetical. One
always
second, sir.
happen.
TJ, stop talking. Let's imagine a hypothetical. So you are a parent of a child, and you are a bad parent. But you happen to be quite rational, so you recognize that you're a bad parent. And you are so rational that you recognize if you continue to raise this parent that your child is going to end up being a very terrible bad person. So which option is better? Drown them to death or put them up for adoption?
Firstly, how will a terrible person know that he's a terrible person?
That is so unrelevant and does not address my hypothetical.
No,
So
you
go ahead
just
and
said that. You just said that.
because they're rational, TJ.
What do you mean rational? If they're rational, why would they be a terrible person?
I don't know. Maybe they just are. It's so irrelevant to the hypothetical.
That's just dumb.
Bro, can you... Okay.
Parker, continue your question, okay?
No, I will go ahead and rephrase the hypothetical to be more
Okay.
to be more suiting for your intuitions because your rejection was unfounded. So we're
Okay,
going to imagine that
sorry.
you're a terrible parent with a child, and you have a friend that is telling you that you're a terrible parent, and you have a friend that is telling you that if you continue to raise this child, they're going to be a bad person. And you listen to your friend because you trust what they say. What is better for you to do? For you to put them up for adoption so they could be raised by other parents that would make them turn out good? Or to fucking drown them in a toilet?
That's the same thing I just said. How will you know you're terrible when somebody
Because
else
your
is
friend told you.
Okay, I'm telling you that lesbians is
Then
wrong.
none of this has to do with lesbians. Answer the question.
It's the same thing. Being a lesbian is wrong. I'm telling you that as a friend.
Hey, Parker, I can't do it. I can't do it.
You see?
These people vote, bro.
Yeah.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah. So, my point is that you said earlier in this conversation that drowning, torturing, and killing, right, infants and children, right, is bad when a god does it. Now
Is
you're arguing that
act
he
of
should
mercy.
have like, can I please finish? Now you're arguing that he should have killed them rather than poofing them to a different time period or poofing them to heaven. Poof. Fairly godparents. Poof.
Poof.
What I said is that God, what he did during that time period was an act of mercy.
Jordan, thank you for the $50 on Venmo. Yo, thank you so
Mountain
much
Man,
for the
check the
love.
Discord
Massive W,
Now,
Jordan,
back
in the
to
comment
my
section.
question.
Thank you so much for the love,
for the
Jordan.
person in the chat, by the way.
W Jordans
Back
all
to
day,
my
every day, baby.
question. It's okay, let him finish giving his
Jordan,
praise.
thank you for the $50 on Venmo. W Jordan in the comment section. Let's fucking go. W Jordan, spam that shit for the next fucking 50 minutes for each of us, everyone. W fucking Jordan, it's good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Okay, back to my question. He asked, how can I prove God exists? But he hasn't proved to me how God doesn't exist.
We did. You said that it was the case that God's all knowing, all powerful, all good. I gave you a circumstance where what you considered God did was
I never
bad.
said God was
Therefore,
all
it would
good.
yield a contradiction with what is considered bad.
Who said God was all good? Don't put words in my mouth. I
You
never
don't
said
believe God
that.
is perfect?
What is perfect?
Flawless.
And what is
Flawless would
flawless?
entail that they're all good.
What do you mean?
Flawless
Who are
entails that
you
an
to
individual is all
judge
good.
what is good and bad? You're good to me, to somebody is not bad to somebody else.
We're talking about
That's
under
the
God's
thing.
view, dude. Under God's
How,
view.
Parker, I'm going to give you this. Do you know the praying mantis?
Do I know what praying mantises are? Yeah.
Yes. Do you know?
Yeah.
Bro.
Okay. Now, when the females are done mating, they kill the male. Do you know that up to this point, nobody know exactly why they do that? So I'm telling you, if every human on earth doesn't know why an insect kill their mate, why would you assume that you would know what God is doing?
Because you believe it's written in the Bible. That's just an internal critique of your view. You're the one claiming you know God's desires, what he wants. He wants to save us. All of these things about God. So apparently you can fucking get revelations and it's completely justified. But for anyone else to interpret the exact same scripture you're referencing using the exact same interpretations that Christians claim they got from their own fucking revelations, we can literally disprove it.
Like I said, I never said anything about the scripture or saving you guys. I don't give a fuck about you guys.
Yeah, Jesus told you not to give a fuck about Parker and Dean, right? Jesus told
Yeah, I
you
don't
to
give a...
not love thy neighbor. Jesus didn't say that. Douglas, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much.
That's
He
the
said
thing.
fuck
I'm
thy
not
neighbor. He
Jesus.
didn't say love thy neighbor. He said fuck him.
Fuck thy neighbor.
That's the thing. I'm not Jesus.
Fuck
I'm
'em.
trying to
But
be
apparently not
Christ's
in
life,
the literal
but
sense
I'm
if
not.
you think that is wrong.
So that's why I said I don't care about you guys.
Hey,
And I never said I came here to save you. I just came here to ask a simple question. You said, how can I prove God exists?
TJ, is the
And
earth
you haven't
flat?
proved to me. What?
Is the earth flat?
No,
Why?
because of this proof.
Oh,
Scientific proof.
because there's proof? Okay. So would you say that someone who believes in the earth being flat is unjustified in their position?
Wait. Repeat the question. I didn't get it.
Someone who believes the earth is flat, are they unjustified in their position?
Yes.
Okay, why? Because they have no evidence?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so you have no evidence, therefore you're unjustified to believe in the Christian God.
And you have no evidence that I don't have any evidence
We
that
actually
God
do, bro.
doesn't
So like
exist.
we could run
Provide
evidential
the
problems.
fucking evidence, please!
So we actually do have like we definitely do have proofs against the Christian God that attempt to yield either a logical contradiction in the existence of the Christian God, or that would just deem the Christian God very unlike. One second, Douglas, thank you for the $10 on PayPal. W Douglas in the chat, thank you for the $10. Then we also have like evidential problems that attempt to show that it's unlikely that the Christian God exists, right? We also have problems out of perfection on if it would make sense or even be logically consistent for a perfect creator to create given like certain set of circumstances. And like Parker's attempted to run an evidential problem of evil on you, and
he
she got
left.
flagged.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah. Alrighty, moving on.
Not very mad about that one.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither. Guys, by the way, if you want to support either myself or Parker, I have my Venmo, my PayPal, and my bio. He has his Venmo as well as his Cash App. Hanging out on here, having some fun for the rest of the evening, y'all. If you want to follow, do that as well.
Because I am banned, everyone. I was on my main account earlier, but we got banned very sadly. We were on track to have one of those like fucking 300 streams.
Yeah. Dude, honestly, I'm really happy with the performance of my streams today. I did have like 1 or 2 restarts that were quite shit, but like things are going well today.
Yeah, there was less falling percent today. That was great. I mean,
It's not often that I break 3K, so I'm happy.
hey, it's good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey, that's pretty good.
For real. All right, guys, if we're in those guest requests, make sure that we do think that being a lesbian is wrong. We're going to move on to our next guest at this point, y'all. Make progress and get banned. Guys, we're probably going to get banned here soon. Knock on wood, though, right? What's up? How old are you?
I am 16.
You got to be 8.
Hello, please do not come up here if you are below the age of 18, everyone. We are just
Yep.
looking for some debates.
Yep. Alrighty, moving on to our next guest here, y'all. We're going to go ahead and try to get our next guest up in here. Everyone just give us a minute to kind of get a debate going here, y'all. Give us a minute. Also, y'all, double tap on that phone screen. We need to get up to 300,000 likes, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty tidy. Folks, what is going on, Jay? How old are you?
18.
Perfect. What year were you born in?
2005.
Do you believe him?
Nah.
I don't.
He doesn't
Good.
believe himself. All right, moving on. A lot of people asking about Parker in the chat. His live got taken down. He was banned for a week for misinfo. What's up? How old are you? All right, they automatically went on mute. Okay.
I'm sorry, everyone. TikTok's super annoying. It's like whenever I have a good live, like literally whenever.
My profile.
Like, Parker's over 6,000 viewers. Let's ban him.
Hey,
Nigger.
Ah!
Great.
Fuck
Prevention.
them, bro. Why do they do that?
I apologize for his use of slurs, chat. It's gross. We're really having an issue getting a debate up in here. Just be patient, bear with us here. Sometimes this does happen. If you do think that being a lesbian is wrong, hop in those guest requests. We're going to go to move on to our next
We
guest.
might
at this
need to
point.
hop on that Trump topic. Did I send you the background?
Let's do it.
This guy, bro. Okay, alright. I can't modify the guest. It's unfortunate.
Now you should be able to. All right, so for everyone watching the live, we're going to go ahead and hop into the Trump topic here for today. The only reason we're switching is because we've just been utterly unable to get a debate on the lesbian topic, and plus we did get a flag, so if we were to have another conversation or two, the live probably would have been taken down. This was just objectively the best thing for us to do. So anyways, for everyone in those guest requests, double check and make sure that you are a supporter of Trump. We're simply going to be asking individuals, why are you voting for him, given his current convictions? So make sure to hop in there, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go ahead and pull up our first guest of the night, but real quick, double check. If you're in those guest requests, make sure that you are here to discuss why you are voting for Trump, all right? Without further ado, we're going to move on to our first guest, Caden. Ladies and gentlemen, let's try to get Caden.
Yes,
up
everyone,
here.
my live did get banned, everyone. It's super sad. But yeah, tap that screen. Let's run up to 100,000 likes. Or, whoa, 100,000. Whoa, 500,000 likes.
Whoa, 500,000 likes. Hell yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Trump for prison 2024. That is feasible. Hello, how old are you?
Okay, on to the next, everyone. Tap that screen. Let's run it up. Run it up, everyone. If you want to support me or Dean, Venmo, Cash App in the bio. His PayPal is in his bio, not his Cash App. He doesn't have Cash App because he's so fucking weird.
If you wanted cash at me, send it over to Parker and he will send it over to me. GES, thank you for the money gun. I appreciate you for the love, brother. We're going to move on to our next guest, Will, at this point. Hey, Will, how old are you?
Hey, never mind. My fault, bro.
Bro, literally,
I don't
so
even
we
think
have
they were 18.
we have like such a good algorithm going here today, but then like all of a sudden we just can literally not get a debate going. Dude, this is horrendous. This is what happens to me. Like, Parker, this is what happens to me. This is why I can't, like, break into those high numbers. Because as soon as things start going well, we just literally can't get a debate. It is really unfortunate, I
think it's just your platform is terrible. I'm just kidding.
True.
And for getting guests, I swear it is that you get, like, people who just, like, troll you more. I swear that is true, though.
Yeah. Hey, Jordan, how old are you?
Hey, I am 32.
Nice. Yeah, will you be voting for Trump in 2024?
So I have to apologize. I was actually trying to get in on the last topic, and I just realized that...
No worries, Jordan. Don't even worry about it. You are all good, my man. We're going to move on to our next guest at this point, Andrew. Also, Pete, what's going on? Hope you're well, man. Hey, Andrew, how old are you?
It's not gonna really...
Fetus! Moving on.
I still don't have my account back.
Yes. All right. Trump for president 2024. Let's go, Trump. Let's go, Trump.
Why?
because he's the last president. Anyone else who supersedes Trump is a puppet. All right, Trump thinks for himself. I don't give a shit about these court cases. It's all made up. They did this shit last year. You guys gotta wake up.
Can you give me
right?
evidence that it's made up?
Evidence. All right. What is some? You want some concrete evidence that this is made up?
Yeah, that there's corrupt. There's
Yeah, I
corruption
feel like
in the
your only
court.
evidence that there's corruption is the fact that Trump said there was corruption. But beyond that, I don't know, man.
Well, so your evidence is the court case, right?
Yeah, we're gonna look at the conviction, the 34.
So what is he convicted of? Do you even know?
He's convicted of 34 felonies. He's convicted of he's been held
You think
liable for sexual abuse,
convicted of
defamation,
all 34?
fraud. Yeah, he was actually.
All right. So do you think the court is on his side in this situation, or is this kind of out of our control? You know?
Well, I
We
don't know what
can't
your terms are there.
understand everything
I
that's
thought
going
you were
on.
justifying. Hey, I thought you were justifying that there was corruption. What happened?
Justifying that? No, there definitely is corruption. Yeah.
And can you justify that using any evidence?
Dude, use your freaking eyes. You think America isn't corrupt?
Oh, I'm asking for evidence that the particular case that you're referencing with Donald Trump is corrupt.
I mean, do you just like think that Joe Biden is
No,
like
no.
weaponizing the justice system to attack his
The
political
entire.
opponent?
So you guys think the justice system is here to help you guys? Like they're on your side?
Would you like to answer a question, or would you like to keep asking irrelevant questions?
Well, you're asking for like.
I just have a
definitive
question.
Typically, they're
evidence.
correct.
I don't have a
Yes.
document for you.
Typically, they're correct. Quap. Yes.
I don't have a document or an article for you.
Hey, Coop, I just got a simple
So
question.
you've
Do you
got
think that,
no evidence. Thanks.
Do you think that Joe Biden is weaponizing the justice system to take down and attack his political opponent?
I think Joe Biden doesn't even know what he's saying. He
Okay,
reads a
Katie, I mean,
teleprompter, bro. He
I'm
reads
asking
a
you, do you think that
teleprompter.
the Biden administration is like legitimately using the justice system to attack a political opponent? Is that the form of corruption? that would
Most
be seen?
likely, yeah, 100%.
Okay, so is that same Biden administration also weaponizing the justice system to attack Hunter Biden? Because his trial for 3 felony
Dude, he
DOJ
got
charges
away with
starts on
that
Monday.
shit.
No,
He
he
got
has
away
a
with
trial
that
that starts
shit.
on Monday.
No, he
Dude,
doesn't.
that
Right?
is-
It's
and think about
actually
it, that
it's
is
actually
so much
something that's being
worse.
applied to him really harshly. So yeah, I think that's ridiculous for you to say that it's okay. It's literally corrupt whenever it relates to Trump, but not when it relates to Hunter Biden.
No, it's corrupt all around, 100%. Hunter Biden.
Okay, so
got away
corrupt with
that
Hunter
shit.
Biden.
What?
So
What you
it's corrupt
said?
with Hunter Biden. Here's the one again.
Yeah, it is.
So
In his favor.
it's falsely.
That guy
in his
should be in
favor.
jail.
He's literally being held accountable right now.
Yeah, that's what you think because they need to show you that. All right, this works on you guys. All right,
Dude,
Trump
Works
is
on
the
you guys.
last
Says the one
president.
who believes Trump's lies. Do you want to hear Trump talk about
Dude.
felony indictments?
Yeah,
You want to hear
go
about
for
this?
it. Start yapping.
Start yapping. It's just gonna be it's gonna be Trump speaking. So yeah, it will be yapping, huh?
Yeah, Trump speaks his mind, bro. This guy is a real fucking genius, Freemason.
Hold up. Listen to this.
Dude, you guys are you're such weak.
allowed to run. Okay, sure. If she were to win this election, it would create an unprecedented constitutional crisis. In that situation, we could very well have a sitting president under felony indictment
Or even possibly convicted.
and ultimately a criminal trial.
That seems oddly familiar.
Would grind government to a halt. That will be impossible with Hillary Clinton.
And Donald Trump.
The prime suspect in a massive, far-reaching criminal investigation. Her current scandals and controversies will continue throughout her presidency and will make it virtually impossible for her to govern or lead our country.
But before, I want you to listen to this
That
clip
is
as well.
facts.
Listen.
And the great special agents of the FBI will be able to collect more than enough evidence to garner indictments against Hillary Clinton.
Those great FBI agents. Those great ones.
non-corrupt
Dude,
FBI
this is where
agents.
it's also
That's
the funny
Trump in
thing.
2020. That's Trump
Bro,
2016.
in the judicial system, you have right and left people. All right, he
Bro,
is
you're
going to
not giving me
garner the
any evidence
FBI
for being
agents who
corrupted.
back him. All right.
Dude, Coop, here's my big issue. So you're actually not providing us any evidence or reason that would
I know.
demonstrate that like the justice system was corrupt in their conviction of Donald
I
Trump
know.
being a felon.
And you guys
But
will
then additionally
forever
here,
go
one
your
second,
lives.
Coop, 1 second, Coop, I'm not done. Wait your turn. All right, piss boy. So my big point here is
Keep going. You're
that
yapping.
You're
Nice cough.
unable. is that you're unable to give us evidence that the system is going to be corrupt, but then your response to this is trying to gaslight me and Parker and all the rational people in the chat into seeming like we are the irrational ones for not believing the fringe conspiracy theory that the justice system is unreliable. You're making it seem like we are the ones that are holding to these insane fringe QAnon conspiracy theories.
You are.
And that is just a very poor, effective means of debate.
Well, this is the thing. The government's been
prove it.
lying to you since you were a kid.
Prove
So
to
I'm
us
gonna
that the
trust
justice
the guy-
system is unreliable.
Dude,
Prove to us that it's
Trump-
corrupt.
Hey, Trump is attacking the establishment, and that's all I give a fuck about. All right.
Yeah, you're gonna trust
And
the
he's
guy that
running
said
up
he
our
wanted.
bank,
You're
bro.
gonna trust the guy that walked in on on topless 15-year-olds changing in changing rooms at Miss Teen USA. You're gonna
he
trump
brought,
the
like,
guy
what are you
who took
talking about?
multiple
This is what you're
trips
trying
to
to
the
say.
Epstein Island. You're gonna trump the guy that said he would date a little girl in 10 years. You're gonna trust this guy. This super good Christian guy
and you're gonna trust
who has
Biden,
cheated
who
on
sniffs
who's
his fucking daughter,
cheated on 3 of
who
his wives.
sniffs random girls? Hey, you're yapping right now.
Wait, give us an
Biden
example.
Can you
is
give me
10
a
times
video?
fucking worse
Co-op,
than
can you give me a
anything you
video?
just said about Trump.
The proven sexual abuse, date a 10-year-old in 10 years. I'll play a video of someone's.
Dude,
wait,
you
hold up.
realize
I
all
wanna play-
your government officials do
Can I
this
play
shit.
this video real quick? I
All
want you to
your
listen to
government
this.
officials that you love and care about so much, all these liberals, they're all doing shit behind the scenes that you would find fucking evil. And you're just going to ignore it your whole life. You're going to actually ignore the fact that Democrats are the most evil. Dude, the reason most Democrats are pedophiles is because they rate high on agreeable.
Williams asked about things the
Trump
two have in common.
disagrees. Dude, what is this bullshit
you have
fucking
in
video
common with your father? Either real estate or golf. Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that. I can't relate that.
That's him talking about his daughter.
I didn't like hear all of it. It's
Oh,
probably.
we'll play it one more time. Got you.
Talk show host Wendy Williams asked about things the two have in common.
What's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
Okay, that is probably the most insane clip I've ever heard in my entire life. I've never heard that. That is pretty disgusting. I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, what the fuck? Wait, why did he say you want to? Wait, did you just say you wanted to have sex with his daughter?
Do you want to hear it again?
Wait. Like, I'm just actually trying to clarify this. That's pretty insane. Is this AI? This has to be AI.
Seemed confused when talk show host Wendy Williams asked about things the two have in common.
What's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that. I can't relate.
Okay.
Trump has
So I'm actually lost for words right now. Why the fuck did he say that?
Wow! I would say the same shit,
dude. Okay, but at the end of the day, like, is he saying like his daughter's attractive? Like, he's obviously never had sex with his daughter.
Well, he said he would date his daughter if it wasn't his daughter.
Well, so he's saying she's a pretty girl.
That's not the way to
you guys
put
understand?
it.
Like, he does this shit to piss you guys
God.
off.
Oh
he does this shit to make you guys.
Is that how you justify it? Is that?
It's
are you
not
serious?
justifiable, but if he didn't do anything, like, you know, she laughed. It's on TV.
Oh, come on.
Biden
That's
sniffs
so gross.
kids.
You did not just justify that.
Biden.
Did you seriously,
Biden
do you want me to play it
rapes
again?
kids, all this shit,
I'll
you
play
know?
it again, co-op.
Dude,
I'll
it's
seriously
on
play it
TV,
again.
bro. It's on TV.
when talk show host
He
Wendy
obviously didn't have
Williams
sex with his
asked
daughter.
about things the two have in common.
What's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Dude, I saw this video. I get it. Can you talk about it?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
And that's what you just justified? Because he's, quote-unquote, making the libs mad?
Well, it's not necessarily justifiable. I think he shouldn't have said that on TV, but what are you going to do? Fucking send him to jail for that?
Yeah, I think that he should be held accountable for this. I think that you shouldn't
What should
vote for this guy.
What's the punishment?
And
Then
this
what's
clip,
the punishment? What's
what
the
are you
punishment?
gonna do? Make him
well,
okay?
I think
what,
he should be in prison. Trump for prison.
Here's what we won't do. Hey,
Yeah.
Coop, I may not be able
Send
to tell you
all
what we
your
will.
fucking Democrats to prison too. Then send them all.
Coop,
'Cause
I
they're
may
all
not
doing the
be
same
able to
shit.
tell you what
They're
we
all
will
fucked
do.
up, bro. What are you talking about,
Do you want me to play the Howard clip too?
bro? Sure, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I like the Howard clip.
Yeah, let's play this Howard clip real quick. I got you. 1 second. There's an ad.
So you know that Democrats are more have more pedophile nature than Republicans.
Yeah,
A lot more.
I'd love to live here.
Go backstage before a show.
Hold up.
What you could also say is the owner of the pageant, it's your obligation to do that. So you have done that. Now, I'll tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show. Yes. And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. I'm inspecting. I want to make sure that everything is good. You're there. Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? They're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible-looking women, and so I sort of get away with things like that.
Wait. What did he say at the beginning? I was reading the comments.
Show. Yes. And everyone's getting dressed and ready. And what you could also say is the owner of the pageant, it's your obligation to do that. So you have done that. Now, I'll tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show. Yes. And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. I'm inspecting. I want to make sure that everything is good. Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? They're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible-looking women, and so I sort of get away with things like that.
Dude, he's not touching them, bro. It's a beauty pageant, bro. They're literally there for beauty.
Hey, I'm gonna clarify these terms for you. They are naked. He said they're getting dressed. He said they are wearing no clothes. If you just listen to him,
okay,
right?
Dude.
There are actually 18-year-old girls that came out.
Porn.
Listen. I want you to listen for a second.
This is hilarious.
There were 18-year-old girls that came out.
Someone for sexual
Stop talking.
acts. Like, you didn't even do
Stop
shit,
talking.
bro.
Stop talking.
Right.
There was an 18-year-old girl that came out, and plenty of others that said specifically it made them uncomfortable. And there were girls that were naked, changing topless, right? And that there were workers that went up to them to tell them to go up to Donald Trump wearing less clothes and to talk to him because he likes it.
Then additionally here, right,
I know, it's weird,
there's
bro.
also
It's
statements
not
that
cool.
came out that some of those girls were as young as 15 years old.
I
They
know,
were
bro.
teens.
I hear you. Trust me, I hear you guys. I hear you both. I don't think Trump should be checking out 15 to 8-year-olds because that's kind of
not checking them out, intruding upon
He's
their
not
private
grabbing
spaces
them.
while 1 second, intruding upon their private spaces while they are naked.
There's no way he's justifying this by saying he's not grabbing them.
No, I know, but this is the
15-year-old
thing. I know it's wrong.
Wait, so co-op, I have a
Here's the
question. If you had a,
Let me talk. I need to
if that
review this
15-year-old was your daughter, would you care about it then?
Yes, I would.
Then it's not just he's
I'm
not touching
fucking
them.
done talking, Parker and Dean. All right, here.
Oh, I'm getting emotional.
It's
That's typical.
It's definitely wrong. All right, I agree with that. He shouldn't be checking out girls and stuff like that. But you have to understand that the things that go on behind the scenes that you don't know about are much worse than things that Trump is doing. All right. Biden and your Democrats
Give us evidence.
are
Name
all
names.
pedophiles. All of them.
Name
That's all I'm saying.
You literally
You
don't
guys
know.
will forever live in the lie that you've been told your whole life, and that's fine. Trump ran up the economy, and that's what most people give a fuck about.
What policy did he
Biden
pass that made the economy do well?
What? What did you say?
policy did he pass that made the economy do well?
Oh my God! All I know is that fucking gas prices went down, bro, and that's better
No, there
than
were lower
anything
gas
now.
prices under Obama. Did Trump increase
No,
gas
Obama
prices?
sent the nation into $3 trillion in debt and made the entire fucking
Wait,
nation gay,
Obama.
right?
Wait. Obama did less than Trump in 8 years, and Trump was in for 4 years. Trump did 8.4 trillion.
Jordan, thank you for
Yeah,
the
there's more
$50 on
money.
Venmo. I appreciate you for the love, Jordan.
More
Massive
money.
W, Jordan, in the comment section. Thank
You
you for
actually
the
like
$50.
Obama? You think Obama
So,
is?
Coop, you're getting
Obama's definitely
absolute-
better than Trump.
You're getting
You
dunked
think
on
so?
right now. So you said that under the economy under Trump was better
Jordan,
because
thank you
of
for the
lower gas
$50
prices.
as well. W Jordan in the comment section. I'm sorry, dude.
I'm
Thank
getting
so
you
much
guys
for-
No,
money
you're
right
good.
now.
Massive W, Jordan. So Coop, you said that the economy was better under Trump because there's lower gas prices, but you haven't been able to demonstrate how. Not only was there lower gas prices under Obama, but he also put us into less of a federal deficit with $3 trillion in spending in comparison to what.
That's just not true. Bro.
I don't think it was 3 trillion. I think he was wrong on that. It definitely was more than 3 trillion. I don't know where he got that number from.
Okay,
You guys
yeah,
don't
I was just repeating what he
understand
said.
the establishment at all. You don't understand the power levels of this world. The rulers and governors of your lives are not the people you see on TV. Trump, all right, he doesn't run shit.
Hey, can
all
you
right?
name a
He's the
policy
face
passed
of the
by Trump? Can
revolution.
you name a policy passed by Trump that made like the
The
economic
policy
standing of the
is
average
not
middle-class American
completely
better?
passed by Trump. It's passed by the entire conglomerate. They only let certain things come out. Do you guys know about secret societies in America?
good God.
Anything about them?
How come all the Republicans are so
so-
adamant
No, wait,
about
wait,
this French
wait.
conspiracy?
Wait,
The
co-op.
Freemasons.
Can I tell you something about this?
My name
This
is
doesn't-
Cooper, not co-op. Parker, all right?
That is a little bit of a crazy pronunciation, Parker.
Yeah,
Oh,
co-op
okay, well,
is pretty
it's
retarded.
co-op. Oh,
I
of course
said-
you're
I
gonna
said
use a
retarded,
slur.
my
What the
bad,
fuck
my
is
bad,
wrong
my
with
bad.
you, bro?
No, I know. Yeah, you guys
Literally
are
just
hurt.
use
Your
it
butt
twice,
hurt.
bro.
See you
Dude.
guys. You guys.
What the fuck, bro? Literally, it's not even that crazy. Even I think it's literally co-op, right? That's why I read that because I played fucking Call of Duty, okay, and it said co-op, okay.
Yeah, I mean, he was just using that as a pivot because he was getting dunked on, and of course he decided to slur. Hey, this will probably be my last guest of the night. After this, I'm gonna probably
Gotcha.
hop off here. What's up, Harry? You look of age. Are you gonna be voting for Trump?
No, I'm not opposition if that's what you're looking for.
Massive W, handsome Harry. You are truly one handsome Harry.
Oh.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and move on to our next guest. W, handsome Harry. W,
Harry in
handsome
60
Harry.
years.
For real, for real. Also,
We
yo,
met future Harry, everyone.
Roxy, thank you for the $34 on Venmo. Thank you so much for the $34 on Venmo. That's what I like to see. I thank you for the love, Roxy. Hell yeah, 34 trading in the comment section. Let's keep it going. Hi, Lee. Are you driving?
You guys hear me?
He's driving.
He's a driving. We're going to go ahead and move on to our next guest, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello. He's just
Hey.
gonna make this about trans people.
Women. Yeah, yep.
That is
every
important,
time.
don't you think?
Dude.
Yeah, but like it's never about Trump. It's literally not about Trump. He's just gonna make it about trans people.
Dude,
He's saying,
he's
like,
been-
I don't think trans people's identities are valid.
He's been doing that
I would
for
wait. I wish I could ask him if he was Christian because I want to run that on him. Christian
Jordan,
Bastille,
thank you for the $69 and the 69 cents on Venmo.
W Jordan.
Let's go. W Jordan.
W Jordan.
Yo, massive W Jordan. Until we end this stream, ladies and gentlemen, Jordan is them, bruh. Jordan is actually them. It looks like we're running out of guest requests. We are severely fucking, we're probably like limited here. And everyone in here is probably a follower. We have like 6 fucking people in the guest requests.
Yeah, how much you want to bet that's because of me?
I wouldn't say so. You're good, Parker.
I would.
You know what?
Thank you for the you're amazing. Are you a fetus?
What? No.
They're definitely a fetus.
Yeah. We may just have to call it here, but we could end on a positive note. If this guest isn't here to... are you a fetus?
What?
Yeah, you are. Okay. Yeah, we don't have the guest
Frankie,
request.
thank you for the $4.34 for the co-op. Thank you.
We don't have the guest request, but I do want to go ahead and end the stream on a little bit of a positive note here. So you know what I'm going to do?
Why'd you get banned? I got banned for misinformation.
Yo, why'd you ban me? I'm the W fetus and I got banned from Parker's server. Dean, please don't ban the fetuses.
We
Please don't do it. I
we
know,
don't
just
have,
because of
we
AJ,
can't have
like,
fetuses.
I get
It's
it.
not just because of that. I actually agree with the arguments. I actually
Well,
agree with the arguments.
I just brought you up to call you a W fetus, but yeah, I think that both me and Parker have been given compelling reason why fetuses should be banned from the Discord. I held off on it because I didn't think there was compelling reason, but I got proven wrong. So, you know, the fetuses are getting booted, but it is for safety reasons.
It is for safety reasons.
Like, seriously, you know, we just want to keep you safe, especially people like you know, especially the W fetuses.
The W fetuses.
Yeah, we got to keep everyone safe. We care about minor safety here. But yeah, that is going to be our last guest of the night. We really have no one else in there. Is Harry or anyone else live at the moment? Because we got 2.8 thousand.
We can send everyone over to Ian. I know Harry's not live. Harry doesn't get live
Ian.
till later.
Awesome. Is Ian live?
Yeah, I was probably gonna go run up to his live.
La la. Oh yeah, you should.
All right, everyone. I love y'all so much. I'll see y'all later. I'll probably join up Ian's live in a bit. See y'all, everyone. Have a good
Parker,
night.
appreciate you for the co-host, brother. Have a good one.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, everyone in here, we're going to go ahead and raid Ian. I need y'all to spam peen raid in the comment section. Everyone head over to @allegedly.ian, all 2.8 thousand of y'all, and spam peen raid in that shit. I want to see that viewer numbers skyrocket while we have the camera on it. So literally leave right now. We're going to be shouting out people too. Yo, shout out Carly, shout out Layla, Brat, Jimmy, shout out Austin, Spooky, Eric, Rue, everyone heading over there. Go raid that shit, allegedly.ian. I want to try to get him up to 2K. I really want to try to get it up to 2K here. So go head over to @allegedly.ian on TikTok. I love you all. Spam peen raid. And yeah, Parker said he might actually join up on there for a little bit. Anyways, I love you guys. I'll see you all tomorrow. Good night, y'all. Spam peen raid